two top bakers are battling it out to create the ultimate dream birthday cake.
I'll work on a cake until I'm happy with it. I won't stop.
I tend to make enough to feed an army. There is no such thing as too much cake.
Based entirely on one little kid's big imagination. With Mom close at hand, the birthday boy must pick a winner on Best Cake Wins. Every parent wants to make their kids' birthday dreams come true, and Christine is no different. She wants to see her son Tobin get his ultimate birthday cake.
Yay, win!
Tobin loves birthday cakes. So does every other kid, but Tobin especially loves birthday cakes. He wants them to be big and messy and delicious, and it's definitely part of his birthday traditions.
I want to have the best birthday cake, so I drew what it's going to look like.
Tobin's designing a monster cake for his blood and guts themed birthday party. And his birthday cake design is going to be quite the challenge for our bakers.
It will have 3 monsters in it. A monster eating a monster that's trying to protect a baby monster. And all the monsters have peppermints for eyes. And I want the cake to be this big.
The challenge is create Tobin's dream monster cake with a main monster on top, a medium-sized chocolate monster below, and a rainbow-flavored baby monster. Time to meet our star bakers.
I'm Sam, and I'm the owner of Cakes Cove, and we make every genre delicious with cake, chocolate, and cookies. I specialize in the weird and the wonderful. I do fandom cakes, I do horror cakes. Never have I had children as clients before, so that's very exciting. My imagination is my secret weapon.
Our second challenger is a home baker with a lot of talent.
My name's Kristen, and I stay home with my boys. At nighttime, I'm a cake artist and baker. I think I'm a pretty fun person, and I think I'm pretty young at heart, so to me, there's nothing more satisfying than making memories for kids.
It's time for Sam and Kristen to see Tobin's birthday cake design.
All right, this is awesome.
I think we're making a monster cake today, guys.
Looks like some suckers here and some ice cream cone horns and some crazy eyes and a big scowl.
He wants a blood and guts party. My kind of kid, I like this.
This might pose to be a little bit tricky. I think I'm gonna hit up a local hardware store and see what I can come up with.
If anything goes wrong today, it will be that this guy will fall over, because it looks like he only has 2 supports. We'll figure it out.
The birthday party is tomorrow, so it's time to get cracking.
Let's do this. I'm going to make this the tentacle monster. Making him a tentacle monster will mean that we can hide the support systems within that, and then that way it will hold up all of this up here. So the other monster is going to be a chocolate cake, but I'm going to make him a fur texture to make him a little bit more scary. And because we're doing a blood and guts party, I thought it would be really fun if when you cut into this bottom cake, he started to bleed.
Sam's cake plan is use vanilla cake for her top tentacle monster. Her middle monster will be covered in fur icing with a bloody coulis filling. And her baby monsters will be candy-filled, multicolored cupcakes. Over in her kitchen, Baker Kristen is wasting no time.
I'm not big into sketching my cake designs that much. I find like I do a lot of, brainstorming in my head.
Kristen's cake plan is to build a large monster cake using plumbing pipe for support. The middle monster will be a chocolate sponge cake with a Swiss meringue buttercream filling. And her baby monster will be a vanilla-flavored rainbow cake.
So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to make the rainbow cake, the little guy here. It makes me a little bit nervous to think about somebody else creating the exact same cake off of a drawing. But I think that my creativity and my desire to make things larger than life, I think I got this. That's all going in there. That's good.
Meanwhile, Sam is whipping up a monstrous amount of cake.
I usually tend to make enough to feed an army, but that's all right. There is no such thing as too much cake. At this point, you can overmix it, so you don't want to do that. because otherwise you'll have a really tough cake.
For the rainbow cake, I've decided that I'm going to use a variety of colors. I'm going to use green, red, and purple. And then with the cake, it'll have a little bit of a yellow look. So it'll have a few colors in there for them. It's gonna make kids go crazy.
But isn't something missing?
I just remembered I forgot to add my vanilla. The good thing is that we only have a small amount of the batter without vanilla, so it's kind of our lucky day. We can add the remainder of the vanilla into our rainbow cake batter. There we go. Good thing I remembered before it went in the oven, because that's the point of no return. I think if I were turning 9 years old, this is the kind of cake and colors I would want, that's for sure.
Looks like Kristen's ticking the box on Tobin's Rainbow Monster Cake.
A little bit more there.
In Sam's kitchen, she's starting to play with the colors for her rainbow cake.
A lot of people think that baking is a science, but for me, I just like to experiment. And you don't need a lot of color. A little bit of color goes a long way. And you can always add more, but you can't take away. My kitchen has never exploded yet. And that is perfect.
There's more than one way to make a rainbow cake. Sam's method is to layer the colors. When the baked cake is sliced, the stacked design will be revealed. Things are about to get sticky as our bakers put the blood and guts into Tobin's birthday cake design.
Oh, it's blood oozing out.
But which one will he crown the winner?
Oh, awesome.
Top bakers Sam and Kristen are battling it out to create a birthday cake that will take center stage at Tobin's birthday party tomorrow.
It's gonna make kids go crazy.
Tobin is about to turn 9, and he has big ideas for his birthday cake.
The cake will look like a monster eating a monster that's trying to protect a baby monster.
I think these are done. Perfect.
Kristen has started with Tobin's mini monster rainbow cake.
Now we're going to assemble our little rainbow cakes to make the tiny little cake that's on the side. Now you can see the swirl on the inside of that one there. So now I'm gonna get my icing, put it between my layers. It's looking good. I think we're nice and level, so now I just have to ice the exterior.
As Kristen finishes icing her rainbow monster cake, Sam is starting on some edible monster eyes.
I'm using black food coloring and a black powder. I'm gonna add a little bit of depth all the way around to give a little bit more of a sinister, monster-y feel to it. This is where they really get their emotion. I'm going to give them all their pupils. And then when that's on the monster, it'll look really cool.
Now the fun part. I'm going to start assembling this bottom tier, this bottom monster. It's gonna be made of chocolate cake, and I'm gonna use 4 layers. It looks tall enough to me, so I don't really think that there's a reason at all to put another tier on. It's perfect the way it is.
Over in Sam's kitchen, she's assembling her medium-sized monster. But this one will have a gooey surprise.
So for our secret middle, when you cut into this cake, it's going to start bleeding. So I have to make the secret compartment for that. We'll get a nice big amount of blood when you cut it open. That's gonna be our bottom. I'm gonna take some buttercream, stick that right on top and line it up. And this just creates a really nice reservoir to keep all of your blood in. We're gonna do one of the best parts. We get to add the blood. And I am using a raspberry coulis.
Coulis is a thick jam-like sauce made from pureed fruit.
And because we're putting the fur texture on it, this doesn't have to be perfect.
Sam is using a chocolate buttercream icing to cover her chocolate cake.
And then we'll just pop this in the fridge.
Now we're ready to cover our bottom big cake in fondant. So I chose red fondant. My least favorite thing about cake decorating, I always say that it's doing the dishes, which I do not like, but I actually think it's rolling out fondant.
Fondant is a sugary dough-like icing, and Kristen has dyed hers red to decorate her middle monster cake.
I'm going to take my rolled out fondant and drape it over the cake. So you want to try to avoid any of this buckling here. And then just keep it, oh, got a bit of an issue here.
While Kristen sees if she can fix her fondant, Sam is ready to pipe textured icing to create a fur look on her medium cake.
I'm using a piping tip with lots of little holes. This is not working the way I want it to.
Sam isn't happy with how soft the icing is.
Not furry. Now, I'm gonna have to scrape this off and try and cool this down in the fridge and try again.
While Sam's furry frosting gets put on ice, Kristen is no further along with her fondant.
It doesn't look like I can fix that. I have to do it over.
As the competition heats up, Tobin's monster cakes come to life.
This is when the magic happens. The cake stops being a cake and becomes a monster. Happy birthday, Tobin!
Two top bakers, Sam and Kristen, are facing off to see which of their creations Tobin will crown as the winning cake on his big day.
We're gonna do one of the best parts.
But the cake design is a real challenge. The scale and angle of the largest monster has the bakers worried.
If anything goes wrong today, it will be that this guy will fall over.
And Kristen has run into trouble.
Got a bit of an issue here. If it was this tiny little spot, I could cover it up with some details, but I have to do it over. I'm pretty easygoing, but when it comes to cake stuff, I'm pretty emotional. I get frustrated easily, and I'm very determined. Oh, I hope I just don't ruin the buttercream underneath, too. I'll work on a cake until I'm happy with it. I won't stop. So I'm gonna now redo my least favorite part of cake making, which is rolling out fondant. Oh, man. All right, let's try this again. Oh, boy. It's like a workout. Perfect.
While Kristen has repaired her faulty fondant, Sam has chilled her icing and is ready to give her fur texture another try.
Hope this works. Now that it's a little bit cooler, we're getting fur. Much better. We have fur. Perfect.
Right now I have the monster done. So I'm gonna start decorating this large cake at the bottom here, starting with these awesome little horns that Tobin drew. These are gonna go on top of the cake. This cone is 100% edible, so if one of the children at the party really love rice cereal treats, they can help themselves. The ice cream cones are a little bit heavy, and without the support, they're going to make the cake sag. That's not good. Those are some big horns.
So in Tobin's drawing, he's got the little rainbow monster. Now it's time to go back and decorate him. Some candy right into the center. Usually there's more candy involved when you have a kid client, but when there's cake involved, aren't we all kids? Obviously has to have rainbow buttercream. I'm gonna take the same 6 colors that we made for the cupcakes, except now in buttercream form.
Just keep adding the colored icing until the bag is full, and you're ready to pipe.
Just start squeezing until all of the colors are coming out like that. Now, I'm gonna take a little bit of yellow fondant and make a beak shape for the mouth. Make sure his eyes are right above it, and then a candle. Done. 1 down, 5 to go.
Kristen is about to tackle the trickiest part of Tobin's design, the looming monster cake.
I found a long piece of PVC piping and I had it cut down. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to affix the rice cereal treats to my structure and see how they work. I'm trying to build up the corner so it doesn't look like an L shape. I want it to have like a curve. So it's gonna take me a while to build up all these rice cereal treats. Kids have amazing imaginations, so sometimes their architectural plans don't always translate into real life. So because there is a monster over the smaller cake, I'm a little bit worried about the structure, getting it to stand up, make sure that it's stable. Here I have some modeling chocolate that I've made. It's made from corn syrup and white chocolate candy wafers. I'm gonna add this to the outside of these rice cereal treats, and it's gonna almost act like a coating, and it'll harden and make sure that these don't start falling off and sagging over time.
As Kristen adds the flesh to her structure, Sam starts on the skeleton for her main monster.
So now that the bottom monster has been put together and he's got his fur, I'm making the structure and I'm covering it in the rice treats. I think I am going to have to add the third leg to Tobin's monster cake, and for us that will be a tentacle, which will be really cool. Hopefully he forgives me for that, but I think I'd rather 3 tentacles than him fall over. Always adapting.
With her structure built, it's time for Sam to add some fondant skin to her tentacle monster.
Normally, if I wanted to put this fondant on, I would put it on a little bit thicker so you didn't see the texture of the rice treats, but I actually want to keep the texture and I'm going to add more to it.
So this is the PVC pipe that I made, covered in rice cereal treats and modeling chocolate. All I have to do is finish painting it.
Kristen is using an edible food paint and green gel food coloring to breathe life into Tobin's monster design.
A tentacle monster can never have too much texture. This is when the magic happens, when the cake stops being a cake and becomes a monster.
I really love the spiked handles on the top. That's my favorite part of the cake, and that all came from Tobin's imagination.
Open wide. Make it drip out of his mouth a little bit and let it land wherever it wants.
I think I should leave naming this guy up to Tobin. It is his birthday.
Happy birthday, Tobin. Hope you like it.
With the cakes complete, it's time for Sam and Kristen to reveal their creations to the birthday boy.
Which one of these is your birthday cake?
Bakers Sam and Kristen have each been hard at work bringing Tobin's birthday cake dream to life.
Oh, man.
Their goal is to win the top spot at Tobin's Blood and Guts birthday party. The party's ready, the cakes have arrived. It's time for Tobin to decide which cake wins.
I'm excited to see the other cake. I'm excited to see Tobin's reaction to both of our cakes. I'm going to let the monsters tell them their own story.
I know he's gonna love it. I'm confident that I did a really good interpretation of his drawings.
Happy birthday, Tobin!
Oh my goodness, they look just like your drawing.
This is awesome.
Look at the tongue. Are you excited to eat one of them?
Yeah.
This is my monster cake. Up here, we've got your berry flavored. It's vanilla cake with vanilla buttercream and layer of raspberries. And this guy down here, his name is Lupin, and he is a chocolate buttercream cake. When you cut into him, he's actually gonna bleed. So when you take the first cake slice away, it's gonna bleed all over the place. The rainbow icing is vanilla, and then the cupcake is vanilla, and it has all these candies inside that each have their own flavor as well. The texture down here is a little bit of rice treats, and then each little dot is sort of hand placed, and it's all just pockmarked. And I also brushed a little bit of petal dust on top to bring out some of the extra texture, so it gives it a little bit more depth. And I really like tentacles, so I made him a tentacle monster. I hope that's okay.
Is that okay? Yeah, I think so. Amazing.
What I've created for you is a giant monster. I wanted him to be larger than life, and I kind of used these other two cakes as the victims. So you'll see there's sprinkles and those mints that you wanted. You'll notice he's got candy corn teeth, but they're sharp and mangled. He's got a glossy tongue. He's ready to just like tear these guys apart. I love the idea of those candle spikes, so I made them out of fondant. I used some really big detail in the eyes, eyelids and stuff. I know you said you wanted it gory, so he's pretty creepy.
What's the flavor of all the cakes?
So this guy down below, he's a chocolate cake like you said you wanted.
Yeah.
But he's got those ice cream cone horns, so I turned them in to give that horn look. And then beside him, we've got this little cupcake style cake, and it's a rainbow cake as well.
It's awesome.
When I first saw the other cake, I loved it. She did a great job. It was really big. We had the same ideas, so with more eyeballs, the better.
Sam had some amazing details on there, things I hadn't thought of doing, like the mint eyes and the hair that she did on the cake underneath. She did a really amazing job.
Okay, Tobin, you have to choose a cake. Which one of these is your birthday cake?
This one. Because it's so gross. That creepy tongue and the creepy eyes and the purple eyelids. It's just so awesome.
These amazing, talented bakers brought his dream cake to life. It blew my expectations away.
Happy birthday to you.
I feel great. It's super exciting. I think you made a good choice, for sure.
Okay, guys, who wants some cake?
Can I have a bite? What you gonna do? My friends are like amazed at the cake. They love the cake.
They were ready to jump right in, weren't they?
It tastes awesome.
Way better than what I could do, right?
Yeah. It's blood. It's blood. People are gonna be talking about this cake for decades and decades.
I will.
Two top bakers are battling it out to create the ultimate dream birthday cake.
Quality control. So then,
Based entirely on one little kid's big imagination. With mom close at hand, the birthday boy must pick a winner on Best Cake Wins. Every parent wants to make their kid's birthday dream come true, and Vanessa is no different. She's got big plans for her son Cooper's birthday.
he's turning 9, and I'm super excited to be able to throw him the best birthday party.
And Cooper's got plans of his own for his birthday cake.
I do want a really big cake for my birthday.
Cooper is a very creative boy. He's got some really strong opinions when it comes to his birthday cake and his birthday. Wow, that's big. How many layers is that?
7?
Why green? Is that your favorite color?
Yes. The trees are green, the grass is green, bushes are green. Mostly everything is green. That's why I love green. I don't want any other color.
But green isn't the only detail Cooper's got planned for his dream cake.
I want silver balls that are filled with lots of sugar. Green icing are in between the layers.
Inside the cake, right?
Yeah.
When you get your cake, do you want it to look exactly like this?
Like this.
Do you think you could actually eat one 7-layer piece?
Maybe. I am so excited to eat this.
The challenge is create Cooper's dream green cake. It must be at least 7 layers tall, with silver ball candy decorations, and of course, green inside and out. Time to meet our star bakers.
My name's Adjoa, and I'm a pastry chef. I specialize in custom cakes. I've had so many different requests. You name it, I've probably made it in cake. What I love most is making something special for someone. Them seeing their cake and knowing, oh, that's what I asked for. That makes it all worth it.
Our second challenger is an ex-artist turned pastry chef.
My name's Lindsay. I'm actually a trained sculptor who couldn't sell art. I tried to get people to come to my art shows with free treats. I got reviews on the pastry, not the art. I really love using my art background with my pastry background. It's a marriage of my 2 favorite worlds.
Now it's time for Lindsay and Adjoa to see Cooper's cake design.
Whoa.
Ooh, I guess he likes green.
Green is the color of the day, clearly. Lots of swag.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 layers.
Which also means that it has the odds of falling over.
So I guess we're doing a green tower of a cake.
Here goes.
It's time for each of our bakers to hit the kitchen and plan their unique take on Cooper's cake.
I'm really excited to start this cake because I want it to smell really good in here. I'm getting ombre vibes from this, meaning color fades. Starts dark and goes to light. Then I'm going to add to this, trying to keep in every single element that he wants. I'm going to make bubbles out of candied sugar, which are really fun to eat. But this to me is not enough to win. Messes usually make kids really happy. So I intend to fill this cake with booby traps. I'm gonna fill these chasms with green sprinkles. So when you cut them, the sprinkles will pour out all over the table. Sorry, Mom, but that I think will get me an advantage.
Lindsay's cake plan is decorate the top with delicate candied sugar bubbles, fill the cake with candy-filled booby traps, and make Cooper's green cake an ombre color fade inside and out. Over in her kitchen, Adjoa is baking up a plan of her own.
I think to make it more interesting, I'll make some of them leaning over and some of them straight, just so that it's whimsical but not completely off the wall. I'm gonna use fondant for the draping of each tier, and I'll add a topper, maybe a cookie topper that says happy birthday. And it definitely has to be green. With a cake that's stacked this high, it could lean or topple, but I think I've got some plans to make sure that doesn't happen.
Adjoa's cake plan is to make a green vanilla sponge cake with 7 slanted layers and green fondant draping. Lindsay is ready to make Cooper's cake batter, and a lot of it.
It might look like a lot, but I intend to make this cake very large. More is better, hungry eyes here. So I'm gonna get my machine set up here. I'm going to be trapping a lot of air pockets in my butter. That's gonna make my cake really, really fluffy. This is my superpower tool. This is what makes me a good pastry chef.
Unlike measuring cups, digital scales allow bakers to be exact in their measurements, leaving nothing to chance. Back in Adjoa's kitchen, she's taking a less measured approach for her whimsical cake.
We'll need 3 whole eggs and 3 yolks. Baking is more of a science, but I feel like people put too much weight on the science and the chemistry of it. It has a lot to do with the feel. Once you get a feel for it, it sort of moves through you. I'm adding some green food coloring to the wet ingredients so it mixes well into the whole thing without over-mixing the flour. The cake is gonna be completely green on the inside. Green cake, green buttercream, green everything. I love this green color.
With a sponge cake batter, it's best to eliminate air pockets for an even bake.
And then off into the oven.
Over in her kitchen, Lindsay's batter is prepped and ready for her ombre color fade.
My intention is to make every layer a different intensity of green, so when I stack them, they'll fade, and that creates what would be an ombre. 1 drop there. I can really smell the vanilla in this cake. It's wonderful. That's a green. I also find that gel-based food color fades a little in the oven, so I want them a bit brighter than I normally would make them. This is the green I think Cooper's got in mind. Can't get much more green than that. Okay, my cakes are ready to bake. I have my oven preheated to 350. They're gonna take 20 to 30 minutes. And this is the time you wish them luck.
While our bakers each work to create the cake of Cooper's dreams,
That is what dreams are made of, right there.
he'll be the one to decide whose edible creation takes top spot. Vanessa and her son Cooper are getting ready for his 9th birthday, and his dream cake will take center stage at the party. Professional bakers Lindsay and Adjoa are baking off to make Cooper's dream birthday cake a reality.
I love this green color.
The party's tomorrow, and there's still plenty to do.
So now on to one of my most favorite things, buttercream. What I'm doing is Swiss meringue buttercream. I'm going to take my egg whites, place them over top of a pot of water that's just barely steaming, and take a lot of sugar. Do not skimp on the sugar. This is the structural support. There is no nice way to tell what this looks like when it's done. It will look like snot. Ugh. So it's looking good. Just start it on a low speed and bring it up fast. That is what dreams are made of right there. What I'm gonna do now is add a ton of butter. 1 pound at a time. Quality control. That's a good vanilla. We're good to go.
While Lindsay's buttercream has passed the taste test, Adjoa's testing hers for color.
I really like this color, but I'm gonna add a little bit of yellow just to make it a bit more of a punchier green. I think there's gonna be some green mouths. Hello. There you go. There's 1, 2, and 3. Look at how great the green color turned out. That's gonna be wonderful to cut into. We'll cut the dome top off. We wanna have a flat top. Look at that green. I'm just gonna slice it in half so we can put some buttercream on the inside. I put a little bit of simple syrup on top to keep the cake moist.
Simple syrup is made with equal parts sugar and water.
I'm really happy that the green of the buttercream matches the green of the cake pretty perfectly. It is a lot of green, but I think that was Cooper's request.
It seems Adjoa's got her green buttercream in check. Meanwhile, Lindsay is coloring her buttercream, and she's continuing her ombre color fade motif.
Can use a spatula for this, but I find if your hand's already messy, just go with it. It's a good way to become one with your food. This, to me, is a nice scale, a gradation. So now's the fun part. I get to play a little with Cooper. I'm just gonna cut out circles randomly, no rhyme or reason to my selection, just remove said nugget of cake. As you cut into the cake, you're going to hopefully hit one of these booby traps of sprinkles that are going to go all over the tables. Oh, it's a perfect match. I'm going to add a layer of buttercream right over top of my booby trap. As my turntable turns, I do not know where the last booby trap was, so I could be causing one solid chamber. Who knows? It's all a surprise. I'm changing the buttercream colors as I move along the gradation so that my buttercream matches the layers. Now, whenever it comes to the final layer, this is the only one that I'll always want to put with the bottom side up. All the other ones I've done the other way. This is just so that I've got a nice blank canvas to put buttercream on.
The first layer of buttercream that Lindsay will add to this blank canvas is called a crumb coat.
This is just the crumb coat, so I'm not so concerned with the way it looks right now. But I am gonna remark that it is straight, so that's one goal accomplished.
While Lindsay's aim was a straight cake, Adjoa's ready to make hers purposefully off-kilter.
To have a little fun with this cake, I'm gonna make it a little topsy-turvy and give it a little character. Oh, that looks like it could go straight down, leaning. And the last one, number 7. Let's see. There we go. I don't know if I feel like this is gonna stand on its own. I don't think that I feel good about its chances of not moving around on the ride over.
Adjoa's topsy-turvy cake threatens to topple,
I'm a little frustrated. It's definitely feeling wobbly.
and Lindsay bursts her bubbles. Cooper has designed his ultimate birthday cake, and 2 top bakers are going head-to-head to bring his vision to life.
That is what dreams are made of.
They'll each be judged at his birthday party tomorrow. Baker Lindsay is about to start on her most delicate detail.
I'm going to work on these bubbles made of sugar.
She needs to get her sugar to reach exactly 333 degrees Fahrenheit.
Remember them from the 80s? I'm gonna add a couple drops here. It's Cooper's favorite color, green. is beautiful, right? It's a messy job, but it's really fun. There's my mass slightly coming together, pulling to the center. This is when I want to start working with it. It's really hot, but it's comfortable for me to touch without burning my fingers. I'm going to snip a little bit of my candy. I'm gonna roll it into a ball, and then we wish and hope for the best.
To form her bubbles, Lindsay is using a technique similar to glass blowing.
So, popping. You're gonna be playing with the temperature of your candy to get a bubble. Every chance it has to mess with you, it's going to take it. So don't let it get into your brain, but it will get into your brain. So these sugar bubbles are the focal point to my cake. If I can't get them to work out, I better get creative with something, because this is the star of my show. I gotta get this to work.
Over in the other kitchen, Ajwa still hasn't figured out how to prevent her towering cake from toppling.
I'm a little frustrated. It's definitely feeling wobbly. In the end, I'm gonna probably put one dowel through the whole thing. Maybe it'd be more sturdy that way.
When her cake's finished, Ajwa will insert a long dowel for support. But for now, back to decorating. Over with Lindsay, perseverance seems to be paying off.
Yay! Victory to the bubble! I'm so relieved it worked out. I've got the temperature figured out, but I'm running low on time, so I better hustle.
Lindsay isn't the only one hustling, as Ajwa preps the fondant for her green draping decoration.
To make the draping, using 3 dowels, I'll put them down about a finger space apart and then lay the fondant on top. And then I'll just form the fondant around the dowels, then pull the whole thing together. And then that's one big drape, but then we'll cut that up into pieces for the sides of the cake. What I'm gonna do is add the draping to each tier and then pipe along the base of each layer.
Meanwhile, Lindsay's ready to add her various shades of green buttercream.
I have all my buttercream shades loaded into piping bags, and what I'm gonna do is a dragged dot technique around the cake. The one thing you want to keep in mind, your starting and ending point is always going to be slightly awkward. So you always want to keep that in a line, and that's going to be the back of the cake. Every cake has a back. I got a lot of piping to do, so let's get piping.
Once Lindsay's cake is covered in her ombre buttercream, it's time to add the finishing touches.
As depicted in the photo, silver balls when necessary. These are called dragées. And then I've got my beautiful sugar balls. As these make great smashy noises, I hope he approves of me adding to his design. So far, so good.
Each of Lindsay's candy bubbles is extremely fragile.
Stressful work.
With her cake mostly decorated, it's time for Ajwa to start Cooper's cookie topper.
I know this isn't part of Cooper's original vision, but it's not really a birthday cake unless it says happy birthday on it. Once the cookie's baked, I'm gonna lay this on top. The cookie is still a little bit warm, which is good because it'll stick a little bit better. I'm gonna spread the icing around and slide that on top. I'm gonna let this sit for a bit so that the icing on the inside can dry, so that when it does stand up, it'll stay up.
Lindsay is almost done, putting the finishing touches on Cooper's cake.
Be careful on the floor after using silver dragées, as it gets very, very slippery. I'm looking forward to seeing what the other baker puts out, as Cooper's drawing was really straightforward and there wasn't much wiggle room. I chose sugar bubbles to wiggle out of that. There are booby traps inside, and my ombre is making me happy, and I hope Cooper picks this cake.
Before she puts the cookie topper on her cake, Ajwa's going to place her wooden dowel to keep it from falling over.
That last bit of insurance with that dowel will make me feel much better, especially for traveling. Oh, I can feel it going through each layer. I think that's enough. And then have some more sprinkles. I think I'm done. I love the extra sprinkles. I love the idea of putting a topper on top. It's amazing. I can't wait for Cooper to see it.
Cooper is about to see his cakes for the very first time. But which one will he crown the winner?
Who wants to eat some cake?
The greatest day of his life.
Bakers Lindsay and Adjoa have each been working hard to bring Cooper's birthday cake fantasy to life.
Victory to the bubble!
They're each hoping that he'll choose their creation as the best cake.
I think that's enough.
Now, the party's ready. The cakes have arrived, and it's time for Cooper to decide which cake wins.
I'm super excited for Cooper to see his cake. I'm pretty confident that my cake looks almost exactly like his picture.
I think a kid is the best type of judge for a cake competition. They're gonna tell you what they truly feel. I do want to win, of course, but at the same time, I want Cooper to pick the cake he likes best.
Happy birthday, Cooper! Oh my gosh, look at how green they are!
That's so cool.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Is that what you were expecting?
Not quite, but I love it.
Do you?
I love it.
They're both huge.
So huge.
So Cooper, I'm Lindsay. I made you this weird bubble cake. It's a vanilla cake. It is super buttery. 6 pounds of butter in that sucker. On the inside, it's all kinds of different color green. So it starts dark and goes to light as well. And then I put silver balls like you wanted. They're candy. And then I made bubbles out of candy as well. And they smash and they make really cool noises when they break. But there is something else inside my cake.
What?
Booby traps. There's big nuggets of sprinkles, and when you cut into the cake, sorry about the mess, the sprinkles are gonna go everywhere.
We've got exploding insides and shattering outsides. Sounds like a pretty messy cake.
Cooper, I'm Adjoa. I made you this green tower of cake. There's 7 layers and a whole lot of sprinkles. And then I topped it off with a cookie that says, Happy Birthday, Cooper. On the inside is all green, and in between each of those is more green buttercream.
I love how you stacked it up. How'd you make the top one stay?
There's actually one big stick that goes all the way down from the middle, all the way through to the, oh, there you go. I'm so sorry.
She couldn't resist. So what do you think, Coop? Do you think I could make that?
Not a chance.
Nope. Nope, I would not be able to pull that off. So Cooper, this is it. You have to pick your perfect birthday cake. Which cake's gonna win?
I choose... that one.
Wow, thank you, Cooper. That's so great. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Sorry
Great
about the
job.
mess.
No, both of you. Fantastic. I'm just so thrilled, and I'm really excited for you, Coop.
As soon as I found out what was inside the other cake, I knew it was gonna be stiff competition.
I'm glad that Cooper's happy with my cake. I really didn't think I was gonna win. The other cake looked exactly like the photo.
Happy birthday to you.
Cooper and his friends have a lot of cake to eat. I hope they all brought something to take some cake home in.
Who wants to eat some cake? Oh my goodness, look at this. Both cakes are so spectacular. They both live up to his drawing, but both really unique to one another. Really, really creative.
The greatest day of his life.
Looks like there's a lot of cleanup that I'm gonna have to do for this, but it was all worth it if Cooper gets the cake of his dreams and the birthday of his dreams.
I feel special. Oh my God. I love this.
Two top bakers are battling it out to create the ultimate dream birthday cake.
I'm so happy about this.
So good.
Based entirely on one little kid's big imagination.
I get so excited this part.
With Dad close at hand, the birthday girl must decide on the winner.
Wow.
On Best Cake Wins. Vivian will be celebrating her 8th birthday tomorrow. And like all dedicated parents, her dad Jim wants his daughter to have the ultimate party.
Vivian deserves the best birthday party because she is a great kid. She's very creative. She loves to draw. She loves to dance. She has lots of friends that she can share this with.
I love to have birthday parties.
And Vivian's got some interesting ideas for her birthday party theme.
My theme for my party is going to be disco themed and unicorn themed.
What does disco themed mean to you?
Oots, oots, oots.
This birthday girl is designing the perfect cake for her disco unicorn party.
What are you drawing?
I'm drawing a rainbow unicorn cake.
That's a thing?
Yeah. This is my dream cake. It's a really good size.
And what's on the top?
There's going to be a frosting rainbow, a frosting unicorn.
What's this over here?
This is like the inside of the cake, and it's vanilla. There's like little candies coming out. And it's galaxy colored where the cake part is.
This is going to be a tough cake to make.
Uh-huh. I know what I like.
The challenge is create Vivian's disco unicorn cake with a unicorn on top, rainbows all over, and it must be filled with Vivian's favorite thing, candy. Our first challenger is baker Denise.
I love baking because I love sugar. So everything that's sweet and chocolatey and buttery and rich is my favorite thing. It's fun when a kid comes with this crazy vision of something that they want. They like color, and I love color, so we go hand in hand.
Our second star baker is Adjoa, who's made her fair share of creative cakes.
There's not many things under the sun that I haven't, including the sun, that I haven't baked or made into a cake. It makes me so happy knowing that I can make something exactly the way someone wants it. Kids are my favorite clients because the creativity is endless, and I love a challenge.
Time for Denise and Adjoa to see Vivian's birthday cake design.
Woo! It's colorful!
I don't think it gets much better than this.
There's a rainbow, which I love. There's the unicorn on top here.
I have been obsessed with unicorns since the 4th grade. Little known fact, the horn of a unicorn is actually concentrated magic. So that's gonna be glitter. There's gonna have to be a ton of candy, a ton of color, a ton of glitter.
I will definitely have to work on getting all the components into one cake.
I guess we'll see how it goes.
Vivian's birthday party is tomorrow, so it's time to get mixing.
The first thing I'm gonna do is the base cake, and I'll make a glaze, so it'll kind of be like a galaxy glaze. I'll open the middle and put some candy inside there. The top cake is going to be rainbow tiered on the inside, and then I'll cover that in fondant. I'll put a cookie topper with a rainbow, but because Vivian seems really creative, she can color on the other side of it. Also, a unicorn on top.
Adjoa's plan is make a 2-tier cake with the bottom covered in galaxy glaze. Fill both tiers with candy and top it off with a disco unicorn. Over in her kitchen, Denise is hatching a plan of her own.
Game plan. So I'm gonna start by making the cakes and fill them with candies, have them all the rainbow colors. There's some cookie sandwich of sorts here. So I'm gonna make cookie sandwiches with icing in the middle. I'm gonna actually nix this rainbow because I'm scared that might break if we do it. I'm gonna put the rainbow inside the cake and use rainbow fondant on the outside as well. So rainbow overload. But that's a good thing, right?
Denise's cake plan is make a massive candy-filled cake, give it rainbow colors inside and out, and top it off with a 3D unicorn and cookie sandwiches. The race is on, and Adjoa's whipping up some batter for her disco unicorn cake.
So the first thing I'm going to do is mix the color in for the base of the cake. I'm gonna use pink, purple, and green. A great tip for mixing purple is to use blue and actually pink. I know a lot of people think that blue and red go well together, but pink gives a brighter purple. As you can see, the pink and the blue make a really nice royal purple, so you don't always have to use red. Okay, so now that these are mixed, I'm going to take my mixing bowl and add a dollop at a time of each.
Adjoa adds alternating portions of her green, blue, and purple batter to achieve a tri-colored disco swirl.
I love how the colors all come together. This way you'll get color all the way throughout the cake. And now this goes into the oven.
Meanwhile, Denise is also mixing colors into her cake batter.
I'm gonna put all my colors in first, and then I'm going to mix. Let's mix it and figure it out. I'm liking that orange. It's nice and bright, and the yellow. I want everything to be super bright so that when Vivian cuts into the cake, that she's really surprised by the really bright colors.
Vivian wanted rainbows, and Denise is going to deliver. Her technique is to pour her various colored batters into a classic rainbow pattern.
Red, orange, so right in the center of the red, and it's gonna help it spread out. Pour the yellow in, and right in the center of the orange. This is where the fun part happens. And so you can see that everything is starting to get pushed outward. It's like a rainbow bullseye. And I'm gonna pull the purple out and almost like a little swirl. So these are ready to go in. Close it up, and now it's a waiting game.
As our two bakers work to bring their fantasy cakes to life,
I think she should be called Vivian.
the pressure is building for the birthday girl to decide which one takes top spot.
This cake.
Bakers Denise and Adjoa are competing to create the perfect cake for Vivian's 8th birthday party.
I don't think it gets much better than this.
It must be filled with candy, be rainbow colored, and topped with a unicorn. With her cakes in the oven, Adjoa is tackling the icing.
I'm gonna make vanilla buttercream for in between the layers of the cake. I'm gonna separate some egg whites from the yolks. Buttercream is cooked whipped meringue with butter added slowly to it. So I'm going to cook out the eggs. When I put the egg white over the boiling water, the heat from the steam is actually going to cook the egg whites in the bowl so that we don't have raw egg in our buttercream. Once the egg whites start to get a bit frothy, I'm gonna add about 1/3 of the sugar. The butter goes in small pieces so that it doesn't split the meringue. I'm gonna let it mix together for a while so that it can whip back up.
Not to be outdone, Denise is putting the butter into her buttercream, and lots of it.
Everything's better with butter. So it's gonna go on my mixer. So 1 scoop at a time, I'm gonna add my icing sugar. What? My icing sugar exploded. I made the rookie mistake. I was working so cleanly and now I'm so dirty. The reason that happened is because I forgot to turn my mixer back to speed 1, which is on now.
I've never had a whisking accident. See how this says professional?
But it's okay, we'll just cover it up. So I'm just sweeter than I was this morning. It looks ready, it's nice and fluffy. I'm gonna check it with my spatula, standing up by itself, so I know that it's thick enough for me to use for the cake. Do you wanna try?
Time for our bakers to check in on their cakes.
I think this is ready.
Looking good. So they still have their color, I'm really happy about that.
So this is the bottom layer of the cake. I'm going to cut it, scoop out the middle, fill it with buttercream, and then fill it with a whole bunch of candy. I'm cutting this cake into 4 equal layers, starting with the middle and then cutting each half into half. I can cut the middle out of the middle 2, which will sort of create a bowl for the candy to sit in. This is perfect for tasting the buttercream. Perfect.
I'm going to fill up the cake with a sprinkle mix that I've made. I'm gonna start from the bottom tier, and I'm gonna build the cake in parts so that I can work my way from the bottom all the way to the top. So I made this, which is a mixture of chocolate curls and pearls, rainbow sprinkles. So when she cuts open the cake, all this is gonna come pouring out.
Just as Vivian wanted, the bakers are each filling their cakes with loads of candy.
I just keep thinking about how Vivian's gonna react when she cuts into this and there's so much candy that spills out. Okay, so this is the second tier, the rainbow tier. So each layer of the cake here is going to be a different color of the rainbow.
Got carried away and made the cake way bigger than I wanted to, but more cake, more fun, right? I get so excited this part.
With her cake now built, Adjua's ready to make a glaze that's out of this world.
So now I'm gonna make the glaze for the bottom tier of the cake. It's gonna be shiny exterior, sort of a galaxy effect, made with sweetened condensed milk, sugar, white chocolate with 3 different colors, and some gelatin.
Adding gelatin will give Adjua's tricolor glaze its shine.
I'm going to take some of the hot mixture and pour a little bit into each of the chocolate mixtures. I'm gonna stir this up until the chocolate melts. The chocolate isn't quite melting in here. This one's lumpy too. The glazes are lumpy. I don't have enough time to make this over again, and I don't have enough gelatin, so this better work. I don't know if this is gonna work out.
While a lumpy glaze threatens to ruin Adjua's fantasy cake, the birthday girl gets ready for the big reveal.
Wow!
Vivian has designed a unique cake for her unicorn and disco-themed birthday party.
What are you drawing?
I'm drawing a rainbow unicorn cake.
That's a thing?
Yeah.
Bakers Adjua and Denise are packing their designs with Vivian's entire wish list.
Perfect.
I get so excited this part.
Adjua has set the bar high with a galaxy glaze, but it's not going to plan.
The glazes are lumpy. I don't have enough time to make this over again, and I don't have enough gelatin, so this better work. Okay, so it's still lumpy. I think maybe what I can do is put these bowls over the water bath and see if I can melt out the lumps. This is gonna have to work out. I'm gonna strain it as well, just to be safe. Okay, so it looks like all the lumps are still in the strainer, and there's none in here. Nice. Okay, looks like the first one's done. Next. Look at all these lumps. Better in the strainer than the bowl. So I've got these 3 colors of glaze. I'm going to layer them into this pitcher and then pour the whole thing over the cake. Now, all it needs is stars. It's looking like the most amazing galaxy. I'm so happy about this.
Over in Denise's kitchen, she's starting on her unique cake toppers.
Okay, so it looks like there's some sort of cookie sandwiches. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make cookie sandwiches with icing in the middle. Here I have a really colorful assortment of sprinkles for my cookie dough. I'm just gonna shower them in. I think that Vivian's really gonna like seeing sprinkle cookies, which are a little bit different. It's more appealing to the eyes. The sad part is that it takes so long to make all this, but just a moment to eat it all. But that's what makes it good, right?
Meanwhile, Adjua has started on a special topper for her cake.
I'm gonna roll out some cookie dough and make it into the rainbow topper. That's gonna be the crowning touch of this cake. This is a mix between sugar and shortbread cookie. That's pretty solid, so it's great to stand up on its own. The sticks here are gonna be what sticks into the cake and what makes it stay standing up straight.
So my cookies have cooled. They're really colorful. The sprinkles are coming through, so I'm really happy about that. I'm gonna make the cookie sandwiches. This is the buttercream that I made before, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna tint it with a little bit of pink. Like mini piñatas. Let's see what it looks like.
But how does it taste?
Creamy and crunchy. So good.
Okay, so now I'm gonna do the fun part. I'm gonna make a unicorn. I'm gonna make a unicorn out of gum paste and a little bit of candy for the hair and tail. It's completely edible. When I was younger, I made a lot of unicorns. I used to play a lot with clay and Play-Doh. So I'm gonna cut some of this candy. That's gonna be the unicorn's tail! I'm gonna make the hair. So unicorn horn is actually concentrated magic. So dab a little bit of disco dust, and then stick her magic in. I think she should be called Vivian.
Denise is also starting to sculpt her magical unicorn.
So this is gum paste. It looks like the fondant, but it's white and it has a little bit of a tougher structure to it. It dries much faster and harder than fondant, and you can eat every single part of it. I'm going to take a toothpick and just insert it in. For the arms, I just want to stick them in. So it's almost like he's squatting with his legs up. And that's gonna be what holds my head in place. So I think that this one is gonna go on top of the cake. And I'm thinking of doing a couple of unicorn heads popping out from the middle of the cake. I'm gonna add glitter. So this is essentially gonna make everything sparkle and shimmer in the light.
I'm gonna take this piping and sort of weave it around so that it'll come from the unicorn. Now I'm gonna take my cotton candy, place that around the cake. There we go. So happy with how this turned out. I think Vivian's gonna love this cake.
This is my cake. I hope Vivian loves it. I'm tired. I'm so tired.
Vivian will soon see her cakes for the very first time.
Wow!
But which one will she ultimately choose?
It's so hard.
Bakers Denise and Adjoa have each been working hard to bring birthday girl Vivian's disco unicorn cake to life.
I hope Vivian loves it.
They're each hoping she'll choose their creation as the best cake.
So happy with how this turned out.
The party's ready,
Good job.
the cakes have arrived, and it's time for Vivian to decide which cake wins.
I'm so excited. The cake is exactly what Vivian asked for. I can't see how she wouldn't be excited about it.
I hope Vivian really loves the cake. Not sure if I made it a little bit too big, but bigger is better, right? Three, two, one. Happy birthday!
Wow!
They're amazing.
Oh.
Holy smokes. Look at all the details.
And this one too. Like it's really rainbow, and this is also very rainbow.
You got a tough decision, kid.
I know, I do.
Okay, Vivian, so what I've made for you today is a rainbow tie-dye vanilla cake, as well as some cookie sandwiches that are filled with sprinkles, unicorn on top with little unicorn coming out, and inside, when you cut it open, there's chocolate and candy pearls and sprinkles that are all gonna pour out like a piñata.
Oh my goodness, that's huge. And it's got 3 unicorns on it. I might not win this. Vivian, I've made you a cake that's very much like your drawing. So on the bottom is sort of got a galaxy effect, and then this tall pink layer has got red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. And inside both of those cakes, there's all kinds of candy. And I know that you're a creative type, so I've got these markers, they've got food coloring in them. And the back of your rainbow here, you can actually draw whatever you want on them.
Wow.
I was worried because it looked a lot like Vivian's picture, and I took the picture and sort of interpreted it my own way.
Now it's time for Vivian to pick a winner.
Okay, this is a very, 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 1,000 fairies, hard to make a decision.
I said, it's now time for Vivian to pick a winner.
Is going to be this cake.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Your cake also sounded very, very yummy and good too.
Thank you.
It was very hard to pick the cake. It was because both cakes were so good.
I'm so excited. Vivian got the cake that she imagined in her head in real life. Like, that means everything to me.
I was a little bit disappointed myself, but it was very fun to make that cake, and I think that the other baker did an amazing job.
Here we go. Who wants cake?
Me!
Here's the first piece.
Oh my God!
Oh, look at that.
That is awesome! There's candy inside. There's a lot of candy. Oh no!
Wow.
The cake tastes really good.
This party is amazing. Like, Vivian picked the perfect cake. Kids are having a great time. If the kids are having a great time, I'm having a great time. You can draw it in the back.
My friends are having the best time. It's the best birthday party I've ever had. Best party ever. Yeah!
This party has exceeded our expectations. It's gonna be a real tough one to beat next year.
Two top bakers are battling it out to create the ultimate dream birthday cake.
For me, the passion is about the final product.
Cool, right?
Based entirely on one little kid's big imagination.
Wow, it's really pretty.
With mom close at hand, Avery must pick a winner on Best Cake Wins. Every parent wants to make their child's birthday dreams come true.
Get set, go!
And Nicole is no different. She and daughter Avery have a vision for Avery's 8th birthday party.
Birthdays are very important. We tend to make a fuss. It's a special day. The theme is fairies. Avery has always liked fairies since she was little, and so we're gonna just fairy it up. A magical fairy wonderland.
And Avery is designing a fantastical fairy birthday cake.
So what are you drawing?
Drawing a fairy cake.
Ooh, that looks interesting.
On my cake, I want fairies and the house full of magic.
And then what are these?
Those are tunnels,
Why do fairies need tunnels?
because they're crocodiles. They're gonna eat the fairies.
Who knew crocodiles were such a threat to fairies, but it's very important that the crocodiles are there. It's important that Avery has an amazing birthday cake because the cake is the centerpiece of the party.
The challenge is create Avery's fantasy cake with fairies all over, a fairy house on top, and a looming crocodile below. Time to meet our two challengers. First is Lindsay, a pastry chef who loves to push the envelope with her cakes.
I'm known for making lifelike cakes, so things like steak cakes that bleed when you cut them. I've done many out there cakes, pretty much utilizing my sculpture degree and making cake. When you're working with kids, you do have to tweak some elements so that their dream cake can happen, but at the same time, it's physically possible to make it.
Our second baker, Damien, is confident that his experience will give him the edge.
I like to specialize in sculpted cakes. I did a gravity-defying hamburger cake where there was a ketchup bottle squirted in ketchup down. I've also done a cake that was in the shape of a knitting bag that had needles and yarn. People were just amazed that it was a cake. I really like being able to create something that speaks to the guest of honor. For me, there's no greater joy than that.
Now it's time for our bakers to see Avery's cake design.
I got a fairy cake. This is pretty exciting.
Okay,
I don't really know what's going on. There's lots of things.
we've got a little crocodile or a little alligator here. So we may have some fairies in peril.
A fairy house situated on top of the hill and sparkles exploding from it.
There's gonna be a lot of elements. I'm noticing there's lots of different things in this drawing.
This is going to be a potential, I've got a lot of inspiration situation, so I might have to eliminate some of these elements.
I'm definitely up for the challenge.
It's time for each of our bakers to hammer out their unique vision for Avery's fairy cake.
Fairies often live in the forest, so I'm gonna take some creative license here and build some tree stumps and make this look like a forest dwelling for our fairies. I'm gonna be making this lovely fairy house using my favorite ingredient, candy. And you can't have a fairy cake without fairies. So I'm gonna manufacture a fairy, a couple of them, and she's got a few of them all over the place.
Lindsay's plan is create cake tree stumps as the base for her fairy forest. Top her cake with a fairy house made of candy. And complete the scene with fondant fairies and that looming crocodile.
My goal is to spend all day decorating Avery's cake. I really want it to have thousands of elements, so I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on the interior. That looks like a good cake batter. I'm gonna bake this for about 25, 30 minutes. I like to press on it and it bounces back like a sponge when it's ready.
Over in his kitchen, Damien has drawn up a plan of his own.
Here's my interpretation. At the bottom, I'm gonna have a little hilltop. I'm gonna do a structure that looks like a tree, and on top of that tree is gonna be a little fairy castle.
Damien's cake plan is to rest his fairy scene on a hilltop made of cake. Perched above, there will be a fairy castle, with sparkles exploding from the top.
I'm gonna do a nice vanilla cake because I'm gonna add some sparkles to it. For me, this part is not what I like the most. I think for me, it's really the decorating, but I know that obviously you want a great cake, people want a great taste, so you gotta do it. But for me, the passion is about the final product. I want Avery to be surprised and happy that when she cuts into her cake, it's full of magical colors. So I'll start pouring them into the pans. I love these kind of rounded pans. A lot of times if you want something round like this, like a ball, you gotta carve and sculpt, it can take a lot of time. This, your job's done for you. You save a whole lot of time. So now it's time to get these into the oven, get them baked, and we can start making some buttercream.
That's exactly what Lindsay's doing.
So I've got raspberry buttercream here, not too sweet, just like Avery likes. Okay, now for the best part, testing quality control. When it makes these little guys dance back here, you know it's really good. Okay, so now stack and mask my cake. As I'm covering this cake in fondant, I don't want to put too much buttercream on the exterior of the cake, which means I need to fill this sucker so it's nice and fat on the inside. Right? A mountain. This is what Avery had in mind, I'm quite sure.
Lindsay's switching up the flavors for her second layer cake.
Chocolate on chocolate, redundant chocolate, the best kind. I'm gonna pop both layers in the fridge for a good half an hour. I want this buttercream to firm up so that I've got a harder blank canvas to build my fondant decorations on top of.
Damien's cakes are out of the oven. Time to see if his rainbow sparkle batter panned out.
I'm really liking how the colors are kind of coming out of the cake. That will look good when everybody cuts into the cake. What I'm gonna do is 2 layers of chocolate mousse and 1 layer of the strawberry compote. When you cut into it, you've got strawberry, you've got chocolate, you've got vanilla, you've got sprinkles, you've got a whole magical wonderland of cake.
Damien's piping thick walls of buttercream to hold in his chocolate and strawberry fillings.
Just add a couple of spoonfuls of strawberry, and voila, we've got ourselves the first part of our castle.
While our bakers work at translating all of Avery's cake elements into their cakes,
Starting to look like Avery's fairy house.
she will be the one to decide whose edible creation takes top spot. Nicole and daughter Avery are planning her fantasy fairy birthday party with the ultimate fairy cake. Bakers Lindsay and Damien are under pressure to include as many elements as possible from her drawing.
I don't really know what's going on. There's lots of things.
Damien is working on some behind-the-scenes magic for his fairy castle.
This part of the cake is not meant to be edible. This is all meant to be the structure, the design. This is basically part of the presentation. So we are gonna make it food safe, that once this gets in, we'll add some plastic wrap. I'll cover it a bit with some melted chocolate, so there's a nice barrier between the metal and the food. Avery's talked about she wanted some cocktails at the bottom, so I want this base to look like water. I'm just gonna blend the blue and the white fondant. When I roll it out, it's gonna look really cool. You're gonna see how this all just kind of starts coming together. And there we go. Perfect. Just gonna place this down here, make sure it fits in nicely.
Green fondant will form the grass for Damien's fairy hill.
Now I know I've got my hole at the bottom, so I'm just gonna make sure that fits right in the center. So now we've got our hilltop on the cake.
Now I'm gonna work on this lovely fairy house. I've made these molds at home. I can make some candy and fill these voids, and then it will set, and I will have the structure of a fairy house.
Lindsay heats a sugar substitute with glucose and water to make a molten candy mixture.
Sugar has a language. When it first starts cooking, it's a lot like bup, 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 bup. I'm looking for my hard candy to be more like bloop, 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 bloop. It's the language of sugar. Cool, right? Now I'm gonna take my candy and divide it up amongst 2 ramekins so that I can mix different colors. Now do be careful, this is very, very hot stuff. Now I'm gonna take this one and pour it into my mold. A steady hand is your best friend. So now I'm gonna let these sit. Do not touch them until they are neutral. It could take half an hour, but you do not wanna burn yourself or wiggle them while they're cooling.
While Lindsay waits for the walls of her fairy house to dry, Damien is making quick progress with the base of his fairy cake.
I'm really liking it. It's definitely coming together, getting that detail in there. It's definitely starting to look like something. Just a few more pieces here, and then I'm gonna use the rest of the fondant just to kind of cover it around.
Candy is breakable, so of course you have to be a little bit gentle here, but my mold is very pliable, so I can just pull it off. Deep breath, it's okay if it breaks. Just say that to yourself, and most likely it won't break. I'm going to warm up one side. Nope. If I have my angles off at all, I can always reheat them and readjust, so don't get too worried. You can see that sugar sets really, really fast. Starting to look like Avery's fairy house. Okay, it's together and I didn't break it.
Meanwhile, Damien is preparing to decorate his main layer cake.
What I want to do is use some tools just to give this some texture, make it really feel like it's a tree stump. I'm going to take my little tool here and just start veining so that it's giving this cake some dimension. There's no perfect way to do this. I kind of like to just go crazy with it. So I'm just rolling the fondant around the rolling pin. This will just help me easily transport it onto the cake. And I think it's looking good. So what I'm gonna do is at the end, when I just add a little bit of a paint to the top there, it'll just make this stand out a bit different from the side. And I think we're gonna be in good shape.
Lindsay's catching up and ready to add the fondant to her tree stump layer cakes.
I'm gonna cover each cake in 2 different shades of brown. When you cut a piece of wood, it's usually lighter on the inside than the bark itself. This is the time I get to decide how old the tree is. Just keep spinning, drawing some lines. Looks a lot more organic when it's not 100% organized. This is a tree bark mold. I'm going to roll out some fondant and indent it with this. It's kind of a cheat, but in the long run of pastry, time is money, and this saves time. Now the grand reveal. Does it look like tree bark? Well, now that looks like tree bark. That's awesome. Now I'm gonna transfer it to my cake, trying not to press too hard or I can lose a lot of the imagery. I'm having a bit of trouble with the colors. It looks a little cartoonesque. I'll have a think about it while I'm doing the second tier. I love the texture, though. I'm just not feeling the colors.
As Lindsay finds a fix for her Fairyland log,
I got it. I'm gonna get out the big guns.
Damien gets down to business on the finer details. Birthday girl Avery has designed her most fantastic fairy cake. And 2 top bakers are going head-to-head to bring that fantasy cake to life.
It's together and I didn't break it.
Baker Lindsay has simplified the design, but isn't happy with the look of her fairy forest tree trunks.
I really am not so hot with this color right now. I want it to be a lot richer, more lifelike. I got it. I'm gonna get out the big guns.
I'm gonna airbrush it with food color. I'm gonna make it look a little bit more lifelike. I'm gonna add some dimension. So here comes the compressor. Now, whenever you're using an airbrush, you should know that color goes everywhere, including sometimes in your nose. So now I'm gonna test it. That's what I was looking for. That looks exactly like tree bark. Now onto the cake. Perfect. What an upgrade. This versus that. I am so happy with the results.
Meanwhile, Damien's cake is starting to come together.
So now comes the fun part. We're gonna start stacking the cake. So what I'm gonna do is get the trunk. I just want to make sure that we see a bit of the tunnel there and just kind of see if there is an opening. All right, perfect. For the door, I'm gonna add a bit of texture again, kind of make it a white wood door. This is the part that I really, really love. You know, this is what really brings the cake together, all these small little details. This is what transforms everything that I've been spending all day working on into really becoming something different and cool.
As Damien focuses on the finer details of his cake, Lindsay is ready to make some edible foliage for her fairy forest.
This is an embossing sheet, and what I'm gonna do is put gelatin in this mold, and it will dry, and I'll be able to pick it up, and I'll have like a jelly leaf.
Vegetarians can replace gelatin with agar-agar for the same results.
Got a little bit of bubbles on top, but that's okay. I'm going to color it. That looks like a nice leafy green for a fairy forest. I'm gonna take my jelly and fill in the lines, just like coloring. Once it dries, you can trim any overhang. The most beautiful work is always the most tedious, but I'm really confident that this is gonna be beautiful.
Lindsay's leaves are well on their way, but no fairy forest is complete without fairies.
I'm just gonna take one of my little tools here, and I'm just gonna score a line down the center so it looks like two legs. She's gonna have a nice little skirt. This is gum paste, kind of like fondant. You can roll it out quite thin. So we'll just do her top. I'm just gonna add some arms to her now. Let's see how she looks. The last little bit I'm gonna do is every fairy needs its wings. So this is edible glitter paper. I'm just gonna use some piping gel that I have and just make it sticky and just affix it. Perfect. And there you go. We've got ourselves one of many fairies that are gonna be on top of our cake.
Over in Lindsay's kitchen, she's been busy hatching her own set of fondant fairies.
Looking pretty cute there. I have these beautiful clear butterfly wings, and I made them exactly the same as I made my gelatin leaves. I just didn't add any food color to these ones, so it's completely translucent. Okay, so this is the best part, where you get to add all the hard work elements. I'm gonna just add some water. Don't worry what it's doing to the color there. Take my crystal fairy house. I'm pressing firmly to make sure that it's nice and stable. Now, load in the magic. Then, moment of beauty. I think that's a magical house. Now on to adding fairies. Every aspect of them is edible except for one toothpick holding their heads on. So don't eat the toothpick.
Damien's populating his fairyland with the rest of his fairies.
And there we go.
And he hasn't forgotten Avery's crocodile request.
If everything is coming together, the finishing touches are really what it's gonna take to make this the great cake that I think Avery really wants to have.
Scaly creatures are very fun to make if you got a pair of scissors. Just gonna drape him over the battery pack. I don't want to cover up too much of it because I still have to be able to access that light switch. That fairy better watch out. There's so much on this cake, I think Avery's gonna be really happy with it.
Lindsay is adding her green moss made with graham cracker crumbs mixed with green gel dye.
Everything's finished, 100% done. I am happy with my fairyland jelly forest tree stump cake.
I think we've we've got something. We've got a cake. We've got a magical fairyland cake with sparkles and fairies and crocodiles and tunnels and all the things that Avery was talking about. This took a while, but it came together. I'm very happy to see that it kind of finally did what it needed to do.
Avery is about to see her 2 fairy cakes for the very first time.
It's just like I imagined.
But which one will she like best? Bakers Lindsay and Damien have each been working hard to bring Avery's fairy birthday cake fantasy to life.
That's a magical house.
Both bakers are hoping that they've nailed the design with their interpretation.
I'm really looking forward to this party.
Now, the party's ready. The cakes have arrived, and it's time for Avery to decide which cake wins.
I'm feeling really, really confident today. I can't wait to see Avery's face fall in love with my cake.
I'm a bit nervous, but I'm gonna go in there believing that this is a piece of cake and I'm gonna win this competition.
Happy birthday, Avery!
Wow, it's really pretty.
Look at these fairies and these fairies. They're so beautiful. There's like little fairy lights. That is so cool.
It's just like I imagined.
They're so beautiful.
Okay, Avery, I'm gonna explain my cake. You ready?
Yeah.
I've got raspberry on the bottom. I made a chocolate cake on top. I made glass wing fairies. The wings and the leaves are all made out of jelly. And I made a fairy house out of sugar, so it's all candy. And I lit it up with lights, because everything's better with sparkle.
I've never seen a cake with lights.
It's always fun to have the magic in the house, right?
Yeah.
So everything except maybe the lights is edible?
You can eat everything except the lights or the batteries. Don't eat batteries. The crocodile is guarding the batteries.
So let me tell you about the cake that I made. What we've done is created a nice magical fairyland. I wanted their little house to look like toadstools because in your picture you had some toadstools there. At the very bottom of our hill, we've got a crocodile trying to come out of the little tunnel which you talked about. And of course, this land wouldn't be complete without the sparkles kind of coming out of the top. There's lots of great things you're going to be able to enjoy with this cake.
Thank you.
You're welcome. When I first saw the other cake, I thought, uh-oh, this is going to be a tough decision. I mean, Lindsay did a great job capturing Avery's vision as well.
I think a kid is by far the best judge of a good cake, as they are honest.
Okay, Avery, have you made a decision?
Yes, I think that one.
Thank you so much, Avery. I hope you enjoy it.
You know, I'm a bit disappointed that I didn't win, but I have to say Lindsay did a great cake, so ultimately, sometimes bigger is not always better.
It was a tough competition. I'm surprised I won, but I'm really grateful. I think the fairy lights were the cherry on top.
Happy birthday, dear Avery.
Look, I'm gonna take these fairies off. This is one moist chocolate cake.
Oh, good. It's really good.
I really don't know how I'm gonna top this birthday. That was like a spectacular cake. Everything was beautiful. Doesn't this one have sprinkles or something in it? That's so pretty. Who wants a slice? You should put this on your.
I don't need a slice on pie because I already have cake.
Who knew crocodiles were such a threat to fairies?
This is the best birthday party ever.
Two top bakers are battling it out to create the ultimate dream birthday cake.
Everything can go wrong. It's a disaster.
I don't follow rules.
Based entirely on one little kid's big imagination.
This is Janine. And then this is Tiny.
With Dad close at hand,
Happy birthday!
the birthday girl will pick the winner on Best Cake Wins. Every parent wants to give their child the birthday of their dreams. And Nathan is no different.
Hannah's only going to turn 10 once, so I want to make sure she has a great cake and she has an awesome birthday party with her friends. It's really important to me that Hannah has a great birthday because she's a good kid. Hannah is very smart. She's very artistic. She has great fashion sense. Pardon?
Sporty.
Hannah's sporty.
Turning 10 is important to me because double digits, y'all.
You're so street. Hey, bud. How you doing?
Hannah is planning a medieval theme for her birthday party, and her medieval-style cake will pay tribute to 2 important family members.
Janine is my bearded dragon, and Tiny is my dog. I want them to be like these big 3D just animals popping out of the cake that are very edible. This is supposed to be Janine, and she is brownish. And then this is Tiny, and he is brown. On the cake, it says live, laugh, love.
So what flavor do you want inside the cake?
Cookies and cream.
Cookies and cream? You wouldn't want like onion flavored cake?
No.
Pickle? Olive?
That might actually be good.
Pickle flavored cake?
The challenge is create Hannah's dream medieval birthday cake, containing a cookies and cream flavor, a family crest with a motto, and pay tribute to her pets Janine and Tiny. Our first competitor is fairly new to the baking game.
My name is Jane, and I'm a cake creator. Baking is more of a recent profession for me. It's like a second career. I work at a bakery 5 days a week, so I'm making up to 10 cakes a day.
But will Jane be able to satisfy Hannah's demands?
I have 2 of my own kids, and they're the most demanding clients I've ever had.
Our second baker is always up for a challenge.
My name is Sam, and I'm the owner of Cakes Cove. We specialize in the weird and wonderful. We do a lot of pulp culture references. We go horror, comics, pretty much anything and everything. I like to do the impossible. I like to make things that no one's made before. And for me, the challenge isn't just in making it look good, though that is really important because you eat with your eyes first. You also eat with your mouth, so it has to taste delicious. If it doesn't taste delicious, there's no point in making it.
All right.
Now it's time for Sam and Jane to see Hannah's medieval cake design.
Oh, wow. I have no idea what this cake is.
It looks like 2 animals. I'm not sure what kind of animals they are yet.
But they look like they're either inside or on top of the cake.
It looks fairly large and has a big quote, so live, laugh, and love.
And it says brown and brownish. I like the ish.
If anything is to go wrong, it will be...
I have used rice cereal treats and fondant to make animals before, but I've never sculpted someone's own pets before, so this is a bit nerve-wracking because you have to get the details just right.
There is definitely the possibility of her not liking the design that I come up with because I'm going to do something that isn't her design for this competition.
I'm excited to make it bigger and do my own interpretation of what she's got here so far.
I'm definitely ready for the challenge. Hopefully she loves it.
Hannah's party is tomorrow, so there's no time to waste.
First thing I'm gonna do is make some chocolate cake. She wanted chocolate with cookies and cream, so that's what we're gonna do. I wanna bring a little bit more of the medieval theme. So today I'm gonna make a castle, and I'm going to customize her very own house crest using her 2 pets. I'm going to bake 2 small square pans, and I'm also going to bake 2 really large sheet pans, and then those will be sculpted later. I think it's gonna be a good cake.
Sam's plan is create a large cookies and cream cake with whole cookies in the layers, shaped as a towering medieval castle, topped with a family crest featuring Hannah's beloved pets. Meanwhile, Jane is working out her battle plan.
I'm going to sculpt these guys out of the rice cereal treats. I'm gonna cover them in fondant. This cake I'm gonna turn into a 2-tier cake, more like a castle-y medieval structure. And on the bottom, I'm gonna stripe it with a family crest made out of fondant as well. And the inside is gonna be filled with cookies and cream and chocolate buttercream.
Jane's plan is build a 2-tiered medieval cake filled with cookies and cream, adorned with Hannah's motto, live, laugh, love, and topped with 3D versions of Janine and Tiny.
Now we're gonna start with Hannah's chocolate cake. So we're gonna mix in our cocoa powder into our flour. And this cocoa powder tends to get a bit lumpy, so we always put it through a sieve just to make sure we don't have any chunks in Hannah's cake. It looks very chocolatey. I think Hannah will approve. I'm feeling really confident about this cake. I think we can make it even bigger and better than what Hannah is dreaming about. Ooh, they're heavy.
Both bakers are whipping up a batch of cookies and cream buttercream and begin assembling their cakes. Sam tries to outdo the competition by adding layers of chocolate glaze and whole sandwich cookies. And both use plain buttercream to ice their cakes.
This all looks great to me. I'm ready to put this into the fridge to cool, and I'm gonna start on the base cake. For Hannah's bottom tier, I want it to be gray. And to do that, I'm gonna color some of this buttercream with black to get a light gray. It's looking very green. I'm so scared. I absolutely cannot show up to Hannah's birthday party with a green cake. This is definitely not what she asked for. This is absolutely green. It's a disaster.
Failure isn't an option for Jane and Sam when their hard work comes under scrutiny by the cake's designer.
That's so cool.
Nathan and his daughter Hannah are getting ready for her 10th birthday.
Double digits, y'all.
For a true medieval-themed party, Hannah needs a family coat of arms, complete with family motto to top her cake.
It says live, laugh, love.
Professional bakers Sam and Jane are going head-to-head, creating their own unique interpretations of the birthday girl's cake design.
Perfect.
But Jane's gray buttercream isn't so gray.
I don't know if the bottles were labeled incorrectly and the black was actually green dye, because there's no explanation for this.
Before she attempts to fix the color, Jane is adding some cookies and cream to give her outer buttercream a more medieval look.
I think this added texture will really add some nice dimension to the buttercream that we're gonna put on the outside for the castle cake. It's gonna look like cement on the outside of the cake, which I'm happy about. And I mean, who's gonna say no to more cookies and cream, right?
While the texture may be hitting the mark, Jane's color is still wrong.
I'm going to have to try to add some more black, and hopefully we get to that gray color that I'm looking for. So this is the last chance. Whatever color this ends up being is the color that's gonna end up on Hannah's cake. Fingers crossed, guys. Yeah, this looks better to me. This I'm excited about. Ooh, this is actually looking very medieval to me. I'm feeling actually really relieved. When I take a step back and look at it, I don't see any green. All I see is gray.
Meanwhile, Sam is busy prepping some important castle details.
So right now I'm making the towers of the cake.
Sam created the towers by wrapping a mix of icing and modeling chocolate around paper towel rolls. Once dried, she cuts windows out with a craft knife.
I've got my 4 main large towers, my 2 medium towers, and we're gonna have 2 smaller towers that are going to be gravity defying, which will be really fun. Part of the cake will look like it's floating.
Back in Jane's kitchen, she's starting on the crown jewel of Hannah's cake.
Hannah, on her cake, she wants 2 sculptures, one of her bearded dragon, Janine, and one of her little dog named Tiny. I'm gonna make those with a rice cereal treat base, and then I'll be covering that with fondant and then hand painting them. When you're doing sculptures with treats like this, you go extra defined, because I know that I'm going to be covering it in a layer of fondant, and I'll lose some of the detail that I'm adding in here. Right now I'm gonna work on the dragon's tail, and I'd really like that to come out of the cake or wrap around the cake, so I'd like it to have a bit of length. I think I am going to do Janine's head, the lizard, a bit bigger, and I think I'm gonna do this guy smiling a bit. All right.
While Jane sculpts her animal toppers, Sam is working on some fondant details for her castle cake.
So I'm going to use this as the base, and then I'll add a couple other like pebbles and stones on top of that just to give it more of a 3D effect. I love it, but now I have a lot more of these to make.
Jane is now ready to add fondant to her miniature pet figurines.
I'm gonna start with Hannah's dog, Tiny.
She'll use layers of fondant to build up the details.
So first you have to knead it, just like you would knead a bread dough. Right, now I'm gonna roll out my fondant. And I'll also need some glue.
Jane is using buttercream icing to make sure the fondant sticks to the rice treat sculpture.
Say goodnight to Tiny. All right, so you can see where I've put his ears from the rice cereal treats. They're staying in place. And you can really stretch and pull your fondant down to fit over. We're gonna go over his little nose. So Tiny's looking good, but he's looking too smooth. So I wanna add some texture to him. Looks like he's got some hair under his chin, so I'm gonna snip away at some of that. So you can see this is adding some furry dimension. He's getting some personality, some of his scruffy fur. And now I'm gonna add in some details. So I can see his eyes are quite large, and I'm gonna add them first so that I can build up his fur around them. So far, so good. Usually at the beginning, sculptures look a bit creepy because they don't have all their elements to them. But once he gets his eyebrows over them and his mustache around his nose, it's gonna start looking great. I'm really looking forward to painting him.
Now, I'm going to start working on my crest.
Sam is going to use her crest to showcase Hannah's beloved pets, Janine and Tiny. She's decided not to use the family motto, live, laugh, love, but she is adding a very special touch.
This is real gold, and you can eat it.
Placing the cutouts is delicate work. Jane, on the other hand, is taking her time with Tiny, banking on her attention to detail.
And these are perfect little tendrils for his little hair. And the best glue for fondant is water. I didn't know I'd be grooming dogs today. I'm gonna get out some edible paints and we'll start adding some details, but so far, I'm really happy with the way he turned out.
As our bakers each bring Hannah's dream cake to life, Hannah has to make a difficult decision who wins top spot at her birthday party. Hannah's designed her ultimate medieval birthday cake.
The size of a pizza?
Like between medium and big.
And two top bakers are each trying to bring her vision to life.
This I'm excited about.
I really love this cake.
And their hard work will be judged tomorrow at Hannah's birthday party.
Whoa!
That's so good!
So far, Baker Jane has sunk a ton of time into sculpting the birthday girl's pet-inspired cake toppers.
All right, the heat is on.
Things seem to be moving along with Sam's castle cake.
So now I'm going to decorate. And I want the bottom piece to be flat. And that way I can pick it up and put it on here. It's starting to take shape. And now I've got to do this to the big tier.
Some final decorative details, and the last bit of assembly can begin.
So once I put this top tier on, it's going to start to look like a castle, and this is when it starts to get exciting.
Sam's using large plastic straws to support the upper tier. The columns bear the weight of the top cake so that the sponge below doesn't get flattened.
Okay, cool.
Jane uses a similar approach to stack her two tiers.
We're gonna use buttercream as glue here. Just let go. And there it is in the center.
And now she's ready to move on to Hannah's crest.
I'm gonna cut out her motto using fondant cutters. They cut really clean, crisp letters, and I chose a font that's the most medieval-y to me.
So now I'm going to take some of my tempered chocolate and use it to adhere the towers to the cake. Chocolate is a lot sturdier than using piping gel, and it also sets way faster. So this already looks like a really cool castle cake, but I'm not done yet. I'm going to add a couple more really cool details. These are going to just finish off all of these different towers. Okay, let's see if it holds. Yay! Great. Pick this up, and I'm gonna stick it. And then it's done.
So putting on these fondant decorations is the best part for me. It's really when this cake comes to life. Push down. This is so exciting. This is the finishing touch to Hannah's cake. Little Janine is ready to make her mark. So carefully, carefully, perfect fit. There. Yay!
Hannah is about to meet her medieval cakes, but which one will she crown the winner?
I think I'm gonna go with
Bakers Sam and Jane have both been working to realize Hannah's medieval birthday cake design. They're each hoping that she'll judge their creation as the best cake.
It's so hard to say.
Jane was nervous about her pet sculpting.
I've never sculpted someone's own pets before.
Sam decided to take liberties with the cake design and go her own way.
There is the possibility of her not liking the design that I come up with.
Now the party's ready. The cakes have arrived, and it's time for Hannah to decide which cake wins.
I feel really great. I put a lot of work into the cake. I really love the flavor combinations and all the different layering inside the cake. I'm really excited to see what happens today.
I'm 100% confident with the figures on top of my cake. I think I nailed the bearded dragon, and the dog on top is super cute.
I would like to win this, but it's all up to Hannah, so we'll see.
I know.
Happy birthday!
Whoa!
That's so good!
These are awesome.
That's so cool.
Do you think Tiny will recognize himself?
And Janine looks so cool. Oh my gosh. They look like medieval times. Wow, I can't wait to try these.
Okay, Hannah, I created a castle cake for you. Everything is completely edible and delicious. We've got chocolate towers, and the two cakes are chocolate cake with cookies and cream, buttercream, chocolate glaze, and then your sandwich cookies that you like so much. What do you think?
I'm sort of speechless.
That's always a good thing when it comes to awesome cakes.
Okay, Hannah, for your birthday cake, I tried to stay as close to your design as possible. So we started with the most important part, your pets. So I did Tiny and Janine, both out of rice cereal treats. I covered that in buttercream and then covered that in fondant. And then I hand painted each of them with edible food color. So everything on these animals is good for you to eat. This is Janine's tail coming around, and it's also made of rice cereal treats. I've done a castle because it's a medieval theme. And we did a front door made of fondant. And then above that is your family crest with your motto. Inside your cake are 3 layers of cookies and cream, buttercream, and Belgian chocolate. That's on the top and on the bottom. What do you think?
That's so cool.
Thanks.
To help Hannah decide which one is the winner, she gets to taste test a mini sample of each cake.
Here you go.
First, Sam's cake.
That's so good.
Then Jane's.
It tastes really good. And the cream is like really creamy.
Okay, Hannah, now it's the hard part. You have to choose which one you want for your party.
I think I'm gonna go with this cake for my party.
Awesome. Woo!
Happy birthday to you.
I won.
Who wants cake?
I feel great about winning. A lot of effort and time went into that cake, so I'm thrilled.
Who wants more cake?
I think it was really close. I think there was elements of my cake she liked more, but I think she went with the other cake based on its size. If I were to do Hannah's cake over again, I would make it bigger.
It's so good. I'm feeling really excited because I'm having this awesome birthday party with a giant cake.
They're just giant and elaborate, and yeah, they're amazing looking cakes.
I'm gonna be the most popular kid at school now.
Two top bakers are battling it out to create the ultimate dream birthday cake.
Slow and steady wins the race.
I just hope my vision becomes a reality.
Based entirely on one little kid's big imagination. With Mom close at hand, the birthday girl will pick the winner on Best Cake Wins. Amanda and her daughter Paige are planning a very special 9th birthday.
Paige is having a sports and gymnastics themed birthday party. Gymnastics is a really big part of our life. She spends more time on her hands than she does on her feet.
And this year, Paige is hoping to change a long-held birthday tradition.
Paige gets the exact same bundt cake every year. I try to change it a little each year, but it's the exact same cake.
Seriously, that's getting really old.
Is it getting old? Are you over that cake?
Yes.
Paige is taking matters into her own hands and has designed her dream gymnastics birthday cake.
Hi, sweetie, are you done your drawing?
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
It's a podium.
She's really interested in a podium cake with a gymnast standing on the top of each level. And what are the flavors of the cake?
Vanilla, red velvet, and chocolate.
But Paige's plan doesn't stop there.
I would like cupcakes surrounding the cake as medals.
Birthdays are the most important thing, so I want her to have an amazing birthday party with a spectacular cake for the first time ever.
The challenge is create Paige's dream gymnastics birthday cake with a 3-flavor podium of chocolate, vanilla, and red velvet. It must have 3 gymnast figurines on top and cupcake medals below. Our first competitor is Kristen, a home baker with a flair for the unconventional.
I love things that are non-traditional. I love making cakes that look like food, a cake that looks like a sandwich, but it's really cake and buttercream. I love the challenge of trying something new. Even if it can be a bit of an uphill battle, I love the challenge.
Our second challenger, Damien, turned a cake-making hobby into a full-time career.
I started making cakes basically on a whim. I made my first cake for my son for his 5th birthday. It turned out really well, and I actually found it very therapeutic and fun. I like to really think of my cakes as sculptures, works of art, and that's what I love most about this.
Without further ado, it's time for our bakers to see Paige's cake design.
Wow, I was not envisioning this.
Some sort of podium, I think.
A podium with some figurines on top.
She wants little gymnasts who are in a variety of gymnastics formations.
The most challenging part of today is going to be creating the figurines.
The only pose I can think of is kind of a handstand, so I'm gonna have to kind of do some quick research there.
I want a blend of cartoony and realistic and make them all stand up without falling down. Those are some challenges, for sure.
Paige's party is tomorrow, so our competitors need to bake up a plan.
So what I'm gonna do with this cake is have a cake board on the top and a cake board on the bottom. On the top, I'm going to incorporate Paige's cake design, and I'm gonna have my silhouettes and some roses on the top of the cake. At the bottom, I'm going to incorporate some cupcakes, and on these cupcakes, we're gonna have some medals. This cake is all about the medals.
Damien's plan is to place Paige's vanilla, chocolate, and red velvet podiums onto an elevated platform. Top each podium with gymnast silhouettes, and finish the cake with edible fondant flowers. Damien is getting started with the first of his 3 cake flavors.
So the first thing is get to work on my vanilla cake. I'm gonna use vanilla for the cupcakes as well as for the bronze medal cake. My 2 favorite flavors of cake, 1, carrot. I love a nice moist carrot cake, but also vanilla. I just love a nice, simple vanilla cake. Batter's looking good. Just get the last little bits out. Off to the chocolate now. Paige did mention she wanted chocolate for the, I think, the gold medal podium, so it sounds like chocolate's an important flavor for her. We're gonna make that happen.
Meanwhile, Kristen is sketching out the design for her podium cake.
I'm thinking about using a round circle tier and then putting my podium on top of this. I'm gonna use a large cake board. I think I'm actually gonna make it look like a competitive gymnast floor, just for something different for those cupcakes to sit on. I'm gonna put the cupcakes kind of flanking the sides, I think. I'm gonna put my figurines up here because there is a lot of empty space. Maybe I'll like make some medals and kind of hang those over.
Kristen's plan is to top her cake with sculpted gymnasts, mount the cake onto a gymnastics floor, and also, she's filling her vanilla chocolate and red velvet podiums with candy.
I'm going to work on my figurines for on top of the podium. I want these characters to be in interesting positions so they actually look like gymnasts. I'm gonna use this so I can get the scale somewhat accurate. They're not gonna be skeletons. I made a modeling chocolate, so I'm going to build up layers to give the gymnast some weight. They're not gonna be little piddly skeletons. So now what I'm gonna do is coat my wire person in hockey tape. This is gonna give the modeling chocolate something to grip onto so it just doesn't sag and fall off. You can already see he's not as skeletal now that he has some hockey tape on him. Paige was pretty specific about the poses she wanted on top of the podium, so I wanna make sure to get it just right.
While Kristen gets her gymnast into shape, Damien is racing ahead.
So now it's time to work on the fillings for our cake. I want to do a chocolate ganache, and then I'm also gonna do an American buttercream. Okay, so I'm just gonna pour the chocolate into there. So I want to keep a close eye, making sure that everything melts nicely. With the buttercream, I'm gonna start with the butter. And then I'm gonna add a bit of vanilla. Oh, it's almost there. It's starting to melt nicely. There's still a few chips that have yet to melt. Gotta make sure not to forget it now because it's pretty close to where it needs to be.
So right now I'm gonna use modeling chocolate and I'm going to start coating our figurine.
Kristen's made her modeling chocolate with corn syrup and white chocolate wafers.
I'm getting a little bit stressed because I'm not sure I chose the right gauge of wire. I don't know if I chose too light. I'm not sure what to do at this point.
I find whipping cream is really nice. It really cuts down the sweetness a little bit and just really makes buttercream flavorful and wonderful. I just realized I haven't checked on the ganache. I gotta just check on that. And I'm seeing a lot of steam. Hold on. I've got a bit of a problem here. I left the ganache a bit too long. The bottom part just starting to seize. It's not gonna combine properly. I have no filling. I've got cakes that are about to burn. Let me pause, breathe, and get my cakes out of the oven.
With the competition heating up, possibly too much, and a gymnast bent out of shape, will either of our bakers qualify for Paige's birthday tomorrow? Amanda and her daughter Paige are getting ready for a 9th birthday. Paige's podium cake will be front and center at her gymnastics-themed birthday party. Professional bakers Kristen and Damien are competing to create a winning version of Paige's cake design. But it won't be easy.
I'm not sure what to do at this point.
And Damien's chocolate ganache isn't panning out.
The problem is this seasoning on me, I don't have a filling other than the buttercream. I could redo this, but I'm just realizing that I'm actually out of chocolate. I really want my cakes to be elevated. I think just plain old buttercream is just not gonna cut it. I actually do have white chocolate, and if I use white chocolate, make white chocolate ganache, I might actually have a very tasty dessert on my hands. It'll be one of those mistakes that nobody will have known was actually a mistake.
It looks like Damien might have found a fix for his ganache, but Kristen is still struggling with her flimsy figurine.
So I'm having a bit of difficulty getting this to stand up, so I'm going to use these skewers, just stick them in the back here to help with some support, and hopefully I'll be able to cover it up as I build up the chocolate layers here. There, that's better. Obviously, it's not as clean as I would like it yet. I think I'm gonna start painting it and see if I can bring it to life a little bit more. I'm happy with how she looks. She kind of is a blend between being realistic looking and being a cartoon caricature, and that's what I was going for. I'm gonna let it dry for a little bit and move on to my next figurine.
In the other kitchen, Damien, who admits he's no gymnastics expert, has found some inspiration for his cake toppers.
I found some templates. I printed them on a piece of paper. I'm gonna cut along the edge, and I've got my silhouette. Gum paste gets very hard. I want it to kind of stand on top of the cake. And so what I'm gonna do is just take some of my gum glue, and I just want this to kind of go all the way from the top to the bottom. If you look at it from the back, you're gonna see the stick, but I'm gonna airbrush it silver as well, so it's not as noticeable. It's important from the front of the cake that we're really seeing this awesome silhouette.
So I have my 3 different flavors of cake: chocolate, the red velvet, and I've got the vanilla. I baked them in circle pans because that's all I had. My plan is to cut them into squares, and I'm going to stack them to represent the different podium sizes. But as a little surprise, I'm going to use a circle cutter, and I'm going to punch right through the center of my cake. I'm gonna do this for each layer. This is gonna make a massive mess when they cut into it. It's all gonna spill out. I think the kids are gonna love it.
So now it's time to ice my cakes. I'm gonna have the 3 cakes basically side by side. Originally it was gonna kind of look like that, but I thought it might look a bit more visually interesting to kind of have them flush against each other. We've got our white chocolate ganache. It's going to be tasty and decadent. It smells good. So what I'm going to do is flip it upside down so I can see where I'm cutting against. And I'm gonna take my knife and I'm just going to start carving away. And our second place is coming together. Now take our buttercream and liberally apply it to the cake. Second place podium is pretty much good to go. And now we'll move on to the chocolate and the vanilla.
So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to knead out my fondant. What I'm gonna do is a little bit of a different fondant technique because it is 3 separate cakes that are stacked together to make the podium. I'm actually gonna panel cover it. It's looking actually pretty bad. It's almost like a Christmas tree where you know which side you're gonna put facing outwards. I think I'm gonna use the other side, but I am confident that I'm going to be able to make it look better with the use of trim just to make it look more tidy. I think it's starting to look a little less rough, a little bit cleaner, so I'm gonna putter away at this for a while and see if I can get a good-looking finished product.
Over in his kitchen, Damien is starting to work on his fondant flowers.
I'm just gonna roll out 6 fondant balls roughly the same size. And with one of the balls, I'm just gonna make it into a little log. And so put it onto the parchment paper. And all you need to do is use your fingers and just start squishing. These are gonna start forming the petals of our rose. So I'm gonna take the log, I'm gonna start rolling it to start forming the inner part of the rose petal. I'm gonna take one of my petals, fit this one underneath the petal. Get my next petal, same thing, and see it starting to come together. When I put them onto the cake and I airbrush each of the stands, I'm going to also airbrush these that same color so that it has that trophy feel all together.
Kristen's chocolate cupcakes are ready to decorate, and she'll be using a 2 icing technique.
I think adding 2 different icing flavors is gonna add some dimension, but I think it's also gonna look really cool for Paige and her friends. Now all I have to do is incorporate Paige's idea of medals to give out to her friends. I'm just gonna actually use the end of a piping tip because it's a pretty good size. So I'm gonna use some of this silver dust to bring these guys to life. I'm happy with them. I think they look busy. I think they look fun. Kids eat with their eyes. And if I were 9 or 29, like I wish I was, I would pick them too.
Damien isn't far behind, and he's decided to go for gold with his cupcake medals.
Once they're gold, I'm going to add some green fondant to look like a ribbon, and they're going to be perfect to go on top of the cupcakes. So I guess the only way to figure out if this is real gold is if I just take a bite and eat it. So let me see. Tastes pretty good, but I don't think it tastes like real gold, unfortunately. I think these look great. I think these are really gonna stand out on the cake display. I think Paige is gonna love these. I think her friends are gonna be very excited when they see that they each get their own gold medal.
As our bakers bend over backwards, bringing Paige's dream cake to life, who will take top spot at her birthday party?
Oh my God!
Paige has sketched her ultimate gymnastics-themed birthday cake. And bakers Kristen and Damien have each hit some hurdles in interpreting Paige's design.
I've got a bit of a problem here.
I don't know if I chose the right gauge of wire.
But there's no room for error because their cakes will be judged tomorrow by the birthday girl herself.
This is going to be the base of my cake. So I've used a large board and made it blue so that it mimics the look of a floor routine mat. A lot of cake bakers use dummy tiers to fill things in, especially in wedding cakes. So it just gives a more impressive look, but it's not edible. I'm going to attempt to transfer my cake to this dummy tier. Slow and steady wins the race. That's my strategy anyway. So I have a couple imperfections, but it is on, at least. I may actually just put a piece of trim at the bottom just to tidy it up a little bit, but I'm actually happy that it stayed on. Right now, I feel like it's a pretty boring looking cake, but it's all the other things that I'm excited to get on because I think that's gonna tie everything together. Fingers crossed.
Things are also starting to come together in Damien's kitchen.
So now it's time to start getting our bronze trophy all bronzed up. I'm gonna do the entire cake bronze. The flowers, the silhouette, the cake will be bronze.
Damien's giving his cake a metallic look with an airbrush and edible food coloring.
It's definitely coming together. It's definitely looking bronzy. I'm excited to see how it's gonna look in comparison to the other two colors. I think that's gonna be the real test.
Back with Kristen, she's also ready to add some color to her cake.
I'm already feeling a lot better. I think it's already coming to life. Sometimes adding just a different dimension of color helps a lot. This is the design I'm gonna stick with, but I am gonna change the color of the neck pieces just to make it a little more visually appealing. All right, last one. Oh, that could have been really bad. This side of the podium's obviously higher, which should be for second place, and I put the bronze medal there by accident. I don't think the 9-year-olds would show much mercy if I made that critical error. There we go. Okay, we're saved.
Damien's podiums are all painted, and it's time to put them in place.
The number 1 is front and center. Looks like it is. Next, we're going to do the bronze. Just gonna add my glue.
Damien's using melted white chocolate to keep his podiums from moving.
I'm hoping that everything butts together as beautifully as I've anticipated in my head. There's only one way to find out. So I'm gonna take it, put it down, and push it in. Look at that. Oh. And it looks like we have ourselves a podium cake. I'm looking at the bottom. It's a bit uneven, so I'll probably just add a little black band. But as I'm looking at what we've got going on here, this is actually looking quite nice, I think. I'm quite happy.
Kristen isn't far behind, having finished her 3 gymnast figurines.
As I suspected, it's pretty difficult because the cake is so warm, so I'll leave her for now. I just need to hurry.
I think Paige is gonna be happy. I think we've got something here that's really gonna show off a champion gymnast, which is what it sounds like she is. I really think I'm capturing that with this cake.
Second place, going in. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm still nervous that those figurines are gonna fall off on the way to the party, but I'm happy with the overall design and how everything turned out in the end.
And there you have it. This is our gymnastics-themed cake. We've got our great gymnasts performing on the top. I really think this is perfect, and I'm excited to see what Paige thinks.
Birthday girl Paige is about to see her vision come to life.
Oh my God!
But whose cake will she choose? Bakers Kristen and Damien have each made their own interpretation of Paige's dream birthday cake. They're both hoping she'll choose their creation as the best cake.
So how excited are you?
This excited.
That's pretty excited.
Now, the party's ready. The cakes have arrived, and it's time for Paige to decide which cake wins.
I'm feeling a little bit nervous. I really struggled with the figurines staying in place. I wish that I had done silhouettes.
I'm feeling very confident right now. Technically, I've created an award-winning cake, so I'm going to go in there feeling like a winner.
Happy birthday, Paige!
Oh my
Those look amazing.
God! I like the gold. It actually looks like real gold. Oh my gosh, they even look like they have real eyeballs. I love it. This looks so good.
Okay, Paige, so I made a podium cake, and I wanted to take that one step further and not just have them be podiums, but also be trophies as well. For the insides of the cakes, I know the flavors that were important to you were vanilla, chocolate, and red velvet. So I wanted to have kind of two levels, the top level being the big cake, and the bottom level being these cupcakes. All your friends, I'm sure, are champions, so they have to have gold medals on their cupcakes.
I give it double thumbs up.
Thank you so much.
All right, Paige, so I've created this cake just like you're drawing, a large podium with the 3 different cake flavors. However, I have a little bit of a surprise. Down the center of each of the podiums, it's actually filled like with gumballs and candy and sprinkles. So when you cut into it, hopefully it's all gonna spill out. And I've surrounded that with chocolate cupcakes, and I've created a bunch of silver medals for your friends. It's your birthday, it's your day, so you're the gold medal champion for the day. And my biggest challenge in creating this cake was these figurines on top. I actually had to make a skeleton out of wire so that I could bend and mold them and then cover them in modeling chocolate.
Wow, that's pretty cool, isn't it? All right, Paige, you have a really tough choice. Are you ready?
I think so.
Which one do you like better?
I think that one.
Oh, thanks, Paige. I hope you have a great party with your cake, Paige.
I'm disappointed that I didn't win. I thought I did a great job, but you know what? Kristen's cake was great as well.
I feel great. I'm so excited I won. I didn't think it was going to happen for me. Damien had some really clean fondant work and a really concise design. I was worried for sure.
Happy birthday, dear Paige. Happy birthday to you. Cake time! Yay!
Okay.
That's a lot for me. Yeah, these are all gumballs.
I wasn't surprised by Paige's choice of cake.
That's my piece. That's all for me? Well,
There
that's
you
a lot of
go.
cake. You're the birthday girl.
As soon as I heard candy in the middle, knowing my child, I thought, that cake's gonna win no matter what.
What 9-year-old doesn't like candy? The best cake in the whole entire world.
Red velvet.
Red velvet.
Looks good.
I think vanilla's in the middle. Chocolate's first place. Is it good?
It's really good.
I think it would take us a month for us to eat both of the cakes.
Two top bakers are battling it out to create the ultimate dream birthday cake.
I'm getting nice and messy already.
This is going to be the ultimate tasting cake.
Based entirely on one little kid's big imagination. In the end, the birthday boy will pick the winner
Hard to decide.
Yeah, it is.
on Best Cake Wins. Weston is about to turn 7. He and his mom, Stacy, are planning the ultimate party.
I think Weston deserves the best birthday party because he's a great kid. He's trying really hard at school and he's doing really well. And we just wanted to celebrate his 7th birthday with him and all his friends.
Weston has a unique theme in mind for his big day.
The theme of my birthday party is skateboarding and skeletons. I like skateboarding because it's fun, and I like doing tricks, and I like skeletons because they're cool.
What's a skateboard and skeleton-themed party without the cake to match?
Hey, Wes, what are you drawing?
A skeleton skateboarder going down a half pipe.
And is this your cake?
Yeah. For my cake, I would like the skeleton on the skateboard going down the half pipe, and there is bone that he's wearing a little helmet.
And what flavor is this cake gonna be?
Mint chocolate chip.
Weston loves mint chocolate. That's his favorite flavor of everything. Ice cream, cake, cookie, all of it.
I know a good cake when I taste one.
The challenge is create Weston's skeleton skateboarding cake with a skateboarding skeleton, a half pipe made of cake, all in a mint chocolate flavor. Time to meet our 2 competing bakers. The first is Genevieve. a professional cake designer and decorator.
What I love about cake decorating is the creativity behind it. I have designed thousands of cakes, and kids are different as clients because the sky's the limit for them, which is cool in my mind because I don't put those typical restrictions on myself that a lot of other people might.
Our second challenger is home baker Damien.
I first started working on cakes about 7 years ago. I'd really like to try to create cakes that have some sort of realism to it. Being able to find this creative outlet has been a wonderful thing. When it comes to cakes, I would definitely say that I've got that competitive streak in me. Any kind of challenge I get, I say bring it on and let me show how good I am.
So here we go.
Let's see what Damien and Genevieve think about Weston's design.
So we've got a skeleton skateboarder going down a half pipe.
It looks like maybe a dark, maybe chocolate type cake. I feel this design could use a little bit of jazzing up.
To add a little bit of fun with it, I may actually have two skeletons, the one going down the half pipe, so he's had a bit of a wipeout, and we're gonna have bones all over the place.
I'm thinking for a bit of a wow factor, we could actually use a rolling skateboard as the base cake.
Having never made a skeleton before, I'm a bit concerned.
I'd have to make sure that the cake doesn't roll off the table.
With their creative juices flowing, it's time for our bakers to hit the kitchen.
I'm going to start with the construction of the half pipe portion. The half pipe will almost be like a second tier on top of a rolling functional skateboard with a pile of bones as if one of the riders has fallen to pieces. And then at the top here, another skateboard with the skeleton, and then a backdrop of a brick wall with a graffitied name across it.
Genevieve's cake plan is create a large mint chocolate half-pipe cake mounted on a real rolling skateboard, all in front of an edible brick backdrop. Over in his kitchen, Damien's also sketching out a plan.
For Weston's cake today, I'm going to work on the half pipe like he wants. I'm only going to do half of it, though. This is going to have the skeleton who's just wiped out, so we're going to see all of his bones. He's broken his bones. Then I'm going to do another cake in front of this, and on this cake, we're going to have another skeleton on the skateboard, and this is going to be the big one that is really going to stand out. What I'll probably do as well, just to really give this a nice texture and dimension, is create little bricks on the cake, and then I'm going to add some graffiti, so it'll say Happy B-Day, Weston.
Damien's plan is make a mint chocolate half-pipe, as well as a second cake to display his skeleton skater, and flavor his scene with edible cookie crumb dirt. To make a skeleton skateboard cake, both bakers have their work cut out for them. But Genevieve is beginning with the basics.
We're gonna start with actually baking the cake. I've got my chocolate mint batter here. I like to bake everything from scratch. I use whole real ingredients, so there's no mixes whatsoever. This is ready to go in the oven.
To achieve the necessary chocolate mint flavor, Damien has a secret weapon.
Chocolate mint wafers. I'm gonna add these to the bottom so that when you cut into the cake, it's actually gonna be a delicious crunch and mint and chocolate all rolled into one. For someone who loves mint and loves chocolate, this is gonna be the ultimate tasting cake.
Genevieve's cake is out of the oven, and she's ready to start assembling her skateboarder's half-pipe.
Let's lift this up. The parchment paper helps me to lift my cake. If I don't have that kind of structure under it to help me move it, it would just crack in half.
Genevieve's filling the cake layers with her mint buttercream and a sprinkling of chocolate chips.
The middle of the half pipe, the lowest point, is gonna be about 4 layers of cake. I wanted about 4 inches. And then the 2 sides that come up, about another 4 inches. So there's my rough structure.
A simple cake ring is the perfect shape to help carve out the half-pipe.
Whatever tools you have in your kitchen that can make your life easier, use them. Once this gets on top of my skateboard tier, it's gonna really start to come together.
Damien's skateboard ramp is also coming together. He's built his base structure out of foam core.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut the cakes in half and stack them to kind of get flush to the top.
Similar to Genevieve, Damien is filling the layers of his half-pipe cake with a mint chocolate cream cheese icing.
I wasn't sure if it'd be 4 or 3 layers, but I'm looking here and it's definitely gonna be 4 layers of cake. I'm gonna put it away to cool down and just do the same process to my round cake. That one's gonna be a lot easier, it's just a simple round cake.
Fondant, come on.
as our two bakers bring Weston's skeleton skate park to life.
I do want to go a bit larger to allow for error.
It isn't a smooth ride.
I'm gonna have to start again. This is gonna drive me crazy.
Stacy and her son Weston are looking forward to his 7th birthday party, and Weston has dreamt up his ultimate birthday cake. Pro cake makers Damien and Genevieve are each busy making unique versions of the birthday boy's dream cake.
I'm a bit concerned. I've never actually created a skeleton before.
Genevieve has challenged herself by setting her entire cake creation on top of a real skateboard.
As you can see, it moves. I'm just using some very cold, hard butter as blocks so that it doesn't fall off the table while I'm working on it.
Sounds risky, but putting her cake on wheels could score some big points with Weston.
Just to make sure it's nice and food safe, I wrapped the entire thing with cellophane and then put an additional layer of parchment paper down so that the cake isn't actually right directly on the wood.
Meanwhile, Damien is ready to start decorating the base for his skeleton skateboarder.
I'm just taking my round cake out, flipping it back, right side up. I'm just taking some fondant that I've rolled out. I'm just doing the top of the cake. What I'm gonna do is take a little bit of my gel color that I had. I mixed it with a little bit of vodka, because this is for a kid's cake. We don't need to worry, it evaporates. What this does is it acts as a cool way to make paint. Very quick, very simple, and just adds a bit of texture. I'm gonna do the same thing now with my ramp, put fondant on it, and just give it that same sort of look. I am happy with the way this is looking. I think it's totally worked with what I've been hoping to create.
My final layer of buttercream is set. It just came out of the fridge, so it's nice and firm now. So I'm going to take my bench scraper, and I just want to make sure that where the half-pipe cake is going to sit is nice and level. And I think that's looking pretty much set. While I prep my fondant, I'm going to stick this back in the fridge. So as soon as my fondant's all rolled out, I'll take it out, and it'll go on really nicely.
Over in Damien's kitchen, he's ready to make the brick siding for his skateboard ramp.
I've got my Marlin chocolate rolled out. To make my brick, I've got a texture mat, and I'm going to put it down, and I'm going to make my imprints. This is what I used when I cut out the half pipe, so I know this is the size I need, but I do want to go a bit larger to allow for error. Hopefully I've measured everything properly and that I don't have to go back and re-roll anything. Let me bring this over. This better work. And I'm already seeing that it's not going to work. I'm just going to take this down for 1 second. I'm going to look at this one here and see what it's looking like. What I'm thinking, I'm just wondering, no, I'm going to have to start again. This is going to drive me crazy. This is the type of thing that just really kind of slows you down. I don't have time for that. There's a lot of other things I need to do, so I could be having a big disaster on my hands.
While Damien has hit a wall, Genevieve seems to be coasting along.
The half pipe is looking really good. I'm just finishing off covering it with fondant. This is where you could use like a third or fourth hand. Fondant, come on. Like me today. You can do it. There we go.
But before she mounts her half pipe onto wheels, she's got some decorating to do.
So I want to give this cake a little bit more personality. It's black and gray. I think it's a little bland and plain as it is. I've got some fun skull stencils, and I'm gonna airbrush just kind of randomly as if there was graffiti at the skate park. It's looking really good. I think it's got enough detail without it being too much, so I think I'm gonna leave it there.
I feel good this time it's gonna work. What more can go wrong, right? But I feel like I said that at the beginning of this, and look what happened. At this point, I don't want anything to go wrong. Wish me luck. We have coverage. I think it's looking good. We've got a nice little ramp going on here. I've had a lot of slowdown, so I'm feeling behind schedule, which is a bit stressful. So now I really have to start focusing on getting this cake done.
So based on my lovely little stick figure drawing here, I'm making the wall that goes in the background. So I've got a piece of foam core here. I'm gonna cover it in fondant, do a brick imprint on it, and then I've gotta paint it because the color I'm using is really gonna be the grout color. This is not gonna be my final wall color. I'm gonna use some piping jelly to stick my fondant to the foam core.
Piping jelly is completely edible and made of sugar, water, and gelling agent.
I'm happy with how the brick pattern has turned out. I'm going to use some edible dust colors to get a bit of a brick tone, and then paint it to look like bricks.
As our bakers work themselves to the bone, Damien gets spooked.
So what I'm doing next terrifies me.
Weston has designed a skeleton skateboard cake for his 7th birthday, and 2 professional cake makers are attempting to bring his vision to life. Their cakes will both be judged by the birthday boy at his party tomorrow. But baker Damien is getting nervous.
So what I'm doing next excites me, but it also terrifies me. This says Happy B-Day, and this says Weston. I'm gonna put this on to the side of the cake. I'm gonna pull out my airbrush now, and fingers crossed this is going to work. If I screw up, there's no turning back.
Damien's already had to remake his brick walls once. If his graffiti doesn't pan out, he'll have to tear them down and start again.
So let's take off the template, see what we've got underneath. And then what I'm gonna do is use some black edible gel to kind of go around the edges. Once I get the outline on, I'm gonna be happy. I'm feeling good. I think it's gonna look like a graffitied wall. Things are now moving along the way I wanted them to.
Genevieve is also including the birthday boy's name in her wall design, but she's making her letters out of gum paste.
I always like doing a custom name, not just letter cutters. It makes it a little bit more personal, and it can really add to the overall design of the cake.
Gum paste is similar to fondant, but uses egg whites rather than gelatin.
I'm going to start with yellow and do a gradient from the top down, and then switch to lime green and go from the bottom up. And there we are. I've got to back it with some black to really make the color pop, and then we can let it sit and dry for a bit.
The time has come for Damien to create the most important part of Weston's cake.
It's time to create a skeleton on a skateboard.
This is the centerpiece of the cake, so he's got to get it right.
What I have created here is basically the internal skeleton of my skeleton. This is what's going to hold all the modeling chocolate together so it doesn't fall over. I'm going to start making the feet. When you're working with modeling chocolate, it can melt very easily in your hands. So I like to have an ice pack close by that I can just cool my fingers down very quickly, just wipe them down, get back to work. This, I find, helps keep everything nice and easy to work with.
Over in her kitchen, Genevieve is making sure the birthday boy will have no bones to pick with her cake.
So I think that looks like a good amount of bones. So I'm going to start the armature for the skeleton out of wire and then build the bones on top of that. We use different gauges of wire depending on the structure of what we're building. This is going to be a thicker gauge because we need him to stand up and not start tipping over. I'm using white florist tape to adhere the 2 pieces of wire. Starting on something like this, I typically start on an easy place and then work my way to the hard place. So the hard place for me on the skeleton is going to be the rib cage, where an easy part might be the leg bones. So I'm going to start with the leg bones.
I'm very happy the way he's coming together. What he's missing is his head, so I'm going to work on finishing the head, and then I've pretty much got him ready to go on top of the cake. Get my little tool out just so I can give him individual teeth. Now I'm just going to use my fingers again just to sculpt where the jaw is. So it looks good. I'm happy. It looks like he's got a little cap on his head. So let me just put it on, take a look and see what's going on here. He's on a skateboard. He's ready to head to the party.
I'll need his head to set up a little bit more so it stays put. Okay, well, I'm really pleased with how he turned out. The rib cage was a bit of a challenge, but I managed to make it look hollow, and I think his hand kind of signifying that, you know, he's having a good time, which you should have at your birthday. I think it turned out really good. I'm excited to see how this is gonna look on the finished cake.
We are in the home stretch. All the elements are done. It's now just put it together, and we've got a final cake. The first thing is add some dirt, my crushed up cookies, to the bottom of the cake. I was just thinking that this skeleton part just kind of makes sense to have dirt all around it.
Genevieve is about to transfer her heavy half pipe onto her rolling base. Now's not the time to drop the ball or the cake.
Because I've airbrushed this cake, I can't really touch the sides of it too much. It's slippery on the bottom because of the butter.
Hopefully, she lands the trick.
There. I'm gonna put the wall on now, secure it on. Time for the skeletons and the bones.
This poor guy has seen better days. So the last thing we need to finish this cake The actual skeleton on the skateboard, exactly as Weston wanted.
Last piece, and we have touchdown. Yes, I'm done. I'm pleased with it. It's been a lot of work. There's no way that a 7-year-old couldn't be happy with this cake.
We have got a skeleton skateboard cake. I'm feeling good. I feel like I'm gonna win this one. It's got the stuff that it needs. Cake looks great. I'm happy with it.
Weston is about to see his cakes for the very first time.
Whoa!
But whose cake will score biggest with the birthday boy?
Hard to decide.
Yeah, it is.
Bakers Genevieve and Damien have both been hard at work, creating their own versions of Weston's skeleton skateboard birthday cake.
Yes, I'm done.
They're each hoping that he'll choose their creation as the best cake.
Cake looks great. I'm happy with it.
So are you excited, Weston?
Mm-hmm.
What are you looking forward to about the cakes?
I really hope it's mint chocolate because that's my favorite flavor.
With the party ready, our bakers are setting up to present their creations.
I think Weston's gonna like what I've done and how I interpreted his idea. Those extra elements is gonna be something that's really gonna take this cake over the top.
Getting the cake here, especially because the cake's on wheels, was a bit of a task, but it's here in one piece. So I'm excited, but nervous.
It's time for Weston to decide which cake wins.
Happy birthday, Weston!
Whoa! What do you think? This is amazing. Are you speechless?
Sort of.
Oh my gosh, Weston, look. What's scattered all over it?
Same with that one.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
That one has a helmet on. More safe.
It's this one's being more safe, yeah.
Let me tell you about the cake I made for you. We've got our half pipe here. Do you know who the skeleton's inspired by? Me.
Oh.
Because if I was to be a skateboarder, this is what would happen.
Pile of broken bones.
You're like my dad.
Yeah. Should have worn my helmet. Over here, we've got the cool skateboarder. He's on his way to Weston's birthday party with the cake. The cake is a mint chocolate cake, and I did a cream cheese icing. The very bottom layer, inside the cake, I've added some mint chocolate wafers. So when you bite into it, you've got this crunchy, minty flavor, which is gonna be totally awesome. I made some cupcakes for you to taste.
Oh, wow.
Which has all the flavors I talked about.
What do you think?
It's good.
It's really good. You can really taste the mint and chocolate.
Perfect.
Hey, Weston, the cake I made for you, I built on a skateboard so you could wheel it straight across the kitchen.
It might end up in a little bit of a disaster.
Well, yeah, okay, let's not do that right now, okay? I did a wall at the back with your name in bold letters across it, because you're the #1 guy today. I thought some graffiti with skulls in black might be kind of cool. Inside, it's mint chocolate cake with a mint frosting and mini chocolate chips all throughout the cake. And you can keep the skateboard afterwards, too.
Yay!
So now you get to try it.
Yay.
Okay.
It's good.
That's amazing. It is very minty chocolatey.
Do I get a thumbs up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Double thumbs up for both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Weston, which one do you think you're gonna pick?
Hard to decide.
Yeah, it is.
Both awesome.
What do you think?
Oh, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Congratulations.
High
Oh, congratulations to you and high five to you. I'm quite proud of my cake, so I'm disappointed that I didn't win, but I think Weston's gonna be happy with his party. Got 2 great cakes, can't go wrong.
I think it was the skateboard on the bottom that made my cake win. Honestly, I think that's what it was. Damien had a great cake, and it could have gone either way, but I won, so I'm happy.
Happy birthday to you.
Who wants to eat some cake?
Woo!
All right.
Party started. Want to eat the wall, guys?
Ooh, there's also the Weston.
Really good.
You can eat the Weston. Take some.
There you go.
My party is going great. This is one of my best birthdays that I've ever had.
I don't think I ever am gonna top this. I don't know if I could make a cake that looks anything like those two. Should we cut into this one too?
Yeah!
Ooh, yeah, okay.
I'm gonna try it, not eat all of it. It spilled on the couch.
It's okay. I think we're gonna need to clean up afterwards. That's a sign of a good party, right? We're gonna ride out the sugar high is what we're gonna do.
What's that mean?
That means you're probably gonna run up and down the stairs a whole bunch and jump all around.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna do even worse.
Oh, great.
Two top bakers are battling it out to create the ultimate dream birthday cake.
This is not good. I need to come up with something quick.
Now, does that look like a smash building?
Based entirely on one little kid's big imagination. In the end, the birthday boy will decide the winner
This is amazing!
on Best Cake Wins. Mike and his son Chase are getting ready for Chase's 9th birthday. And the birthday boy couldn't be more excited.
He is just all over the place. He's like a supernova of hilarity and energy. He makes us laugh all the time. He's a good kid. He's a really good kid.
I want my birthday to be kind of like a cat theme.
He likes to pretend that our cats go through his little cities that he builds and attacks them. Like a super cat, right?
Yeah, like a super cat, a mutated giant.
Chase has put some serious imagination into his dream birthday cake.
Hey, Chase, move over, buddy. This is it.
It has like a square base with a super cat that got mutated into a giant, and a whole group of army people are shooting at it, trying to protect the town. The cat was created by scientists, and the cat doesn't like it when she gets attacked. The cat is actually a good cat. She was just misunderstood.
Very imaginative. I'm very, very proud. So what type of flavor is this going to be?
Cookies and cream.
That's awesome, buddy.
The challenge is create Chase's super cat birthday cake with a giant edible cat that's looming over a city made of cake that all tastes like cookies and cream. Our first challenger is no stranger to outrageous requests.
My name is Adjoa, and I'm a pastry chef. I've made all kinds of cakes. You name it, I've probably made something like it. My favorite is when someone calls and says, I know this is really weird, or I don't know whether this is possible. And that's like, my engines start going. There's so much I love about baking. The smell of flour and sugar in the air, nothing beats that.
Our second baker is Taylor, but she never thought she'd end up as a cake maker.
When I was in high school, I actually wanted to be a paramedic. Every day when I was studying and trying to take a break from the stress of school, I'd bake. I'd bake for my family. I'd bake muffins and cakes and cookies. And I thought, you know what, let's try it out. And I went to school and I loved it. Designing birthday cakes is awesome because you are making something special for that individual, especially children. I'm pretty excited. I'm up for the challenge, and hopefully everything turns out okay.
Let's show Taylor and Adjoa Chase's cake design.
Okay, let's see what we have inside.
Here we go. Oh,
wow.
So much color. I love it.
We have what looks like a giant cat.
I like that he's massive compared to all of the people.
We have some type of military tank here. I think there's buildings that are like on fire and being destroyed. This cat looks like it is just going to attack everything.
There's so much happening here.
I've definitely never made a giant cat before.
I'm excited, and I think that I'm gonna maybe try to do something with the colors. Maybe not just like that, but add some color and make it a cheerful war.
This is definitely a big challenge, and I'm really looking forward to it. I cannot wait to see how this is going to turn out.
Chase has asked for a lot of detail in his cake, but there isn't much time, so our bakers need to get cracking.
He asked for a cookies and cream flavor. I'm going to make a chocolate sponge or a chocolate cake, and then we're actually going to put the cookie element into the buttercream. Looks good. My biggest challenge will definitely be making this super cat. With fondant, it's quite heavy, and so making something so large, it might not actually hold up. So I'm thinking maybe we can use like a rice cereal sculpture as the base of the cat because it's nice and light, and that'll definitely help us get that like big wow factor.
Taylor's plan is make a chocolate sponge cake for her cityscape, layer it with cookies and cream buttercream, and use rice cereal and marshmallow to sculpt her super cat.
This is going to be a happy battle. So I think I'm going to make an executive decision and do the cake gun-free. So these people, I guess they can either be cheering on the super cat, or they can be staging some sort of peaceful protest. What I'm gonna make is a cookies and cream cake. The cake's gonna be cookies and cream. The buttercream on the inside is gonna be cookies and cream. There's gonna be a little bit of chocolate on the outside. And then I'm going to cover the cake in building blocks. I feel like I got this.
Adjua's cake plan is to flavor both her buttercream and cake with cookies and cream, make her super cat out of cake, and decorate the base of the cake with edible toy building blocks. Wasting no time, Taylor is whipping up her cookies and cream buttercream.
Chase wants a cookies and cream cake, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some crushed chocolate cookies into our buttercream that's really nice and beautiful, and that'll help us get the flavor that we want.
Adjua's cake is already out of the oven, and she's ready to start shaping the base of her city.
You'll notice the cake rose quite a bit. I'm going to cut off this rounded top so that I have a flat surface to work with. And so this is what I'm gonna use for the super cat. It's just better not to waste any cake.
Adjua is squaring off the corners and slicing her cookies and cream cake into 4 even layers.
And now I'm going to sandwich some cookies and cream buttercream in between each layer of cake.
The next step, adding a thin layer of chocolate buttercream.
This is gonna go back in the fridge to chill. And in the meantime, I'm gonna work on the super cat.
And that's exactly what Taylor's doing.
This is my first super cat I have ever built, so hopefully it doesn't disappoint.
She's mixing up a batch of rice cereal treats that she'll use to sculpt the star of the show.
So I'm gonna start with the body and the head, the largest parts of our super cat. I'm gonna move on to little things like the paws and the tail, anything that might fall off afterwards. I might actually let these harden separately, and then we can use some toothpicks to kind of stick them all in together.
Adjua is not far behind. She's using the leftover cake from her base to build her super cat.
I'm first going to layer and sculpt a rough shape, and then put buttercream in between each of those layers.
With her super cat chilling in the wings, Taylor's moving on.
So I'm going to start assembling my buildings for my city. In Chase's drawing, he has a couple buildings here, but I'm really gonna make them a lot taller and almost like skyscrapers. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take one of these guys. These are actually straws, but we're gonna stick it right down the middle of our tower, and that's gonna almost act like a support beam, and it's gonna help our tower stand up really nice and tall and not fall over.
Taylor's building her towers with layers of cookies and cream flavored buttercream and crushed sandwich cookies.
If things go wrong, we can always just blame Super Cat.
While our bakers work to bring the many elements of Chase's design into their cakes,
Happy birthday, Chase!
he will ultimately decide whose edible creation takes top spot. Chase is about to turn 9, and he has a super elaborate plan for his birthday cake.
This is my first super cat I have ever built, so hopefully it doesn't disappoint.
It's like a scene from a movie.
Professional bakers Taylor and Adjua are competing to bring Chase's detailed cake drawing to life.
And there you go.
Chase will pick a winner at his birthday party tomorrow.
I choose.
Taylor's ready to do some city planning.
So, for Chase's cake, he wants essentially his giant cat to destroy a bunch of stuff. So what I'm gonna do with my cake board here, I'm planning on making sort of this the base of my city. The middle will be a road, and then we'll have Gnocchi, his giant cat, kind of destroying stuff with some other things on fire.
But before Super Cat can tear her city down, Taylor needs to build it up. And she's using plain buttercream to give her cake a crumb coat.
So the crumb coat's really important because we want to make sure that all the little pieces of cake are sealed in underneath our buttercream.
When we lay down our fondant, what'll happen is little pieces of cake will actually make it really bumpy, and we don't want that. We want it to be really nice and smooth. So it is important that we get a really good coating of buttercream on first, and then we can go forward. So that's relief. My brown fondant fits the city base. I'm just gonna smooth it out, and then we can move on to the buildings.
While Taylor has made a good start on her city, Adjoa is focusing on her citizens.
I noticed in the drawing there's a guy getting squashed. I think that just for fun, we're gonna put a cape on the squashed guy, and it'll show just how powerful the super cat is. Poor guy, he's down. I bet he made an effort though.
Speaking of effort, Taylor's has paid off. She's frozen her city towers to make things a little easier.
Because they're frozen, I can actually shave them and turn them into really nice, smooth sides. That way, when I cover them up with buttercream, my towers will be really nice and straight.
Another quick crumb coat. And it's time for fondant.
This looks great. Chase is gonna love it. 1 down, 5 to go. All right, that was a lot of work, but we're done all of our buildings, which is great.
Adjoa is hard at it, completing the many details of Chase's city scene. Right now, she's building an army.
So I've got most of the tank finished here. I'm just going to stick the top and bottom on. For the soldiers, I'm going to make helmets for their heads because I took their guns away and I feel they need some protection. I made Chase some cowboys as well, complete with fringe chaps, cowboy hats, and in action poses.
Meanwhile, action has ground to a halt in Taylor's kitchen, as her worst fears are coming true.
So Super Cat isn't feeling so super right now. He had an accident in the freezer and his legs and arms all fell off, which isn't really good. I'm gonna try and use some toothpicks and hopefully I can kind of drill holes into his legs and stick them back into his body. Although because I kind of left it in the freezer for too long, it is rock hard and I don't think that it's really gonna work, but we can try. Okay, so my toothpick has broken, and I don't know what I'm going to do now because Super Cat's legs are not gonna be stuck to his body. I need to figure something out quick, otherwise I'm gonna have to make a new Super Cat from scratch.
As Taylor tries to fix her fondant feline, Adjoa races to construct a city.
I think so far this building is in trouble.
But will they manage to impress the birthday boy?
Pretty cool.
Chase is about to turn 9, and he's put a lot of thought into his birthday cake.
It's kind of like a Super Cat and mutated big and all of that.
2 top bakers are battling it out to make Chase's Super Cat cake a reality.
It's gonna be a tasty battle.
But Taylor's Super Cat isn't in super shape.
He had an accident in the freezer and his legs and arms all fell off. I think I have found a solution to our Super Cat conundrum. I saved a little bit of the rice cereal treat aside. Hopefully I can melt it back down in the microwave to act like a glue and stick Super Cat's legs and arms back on. I'm really hoping that it's not too hard, otherwise I'm gonna have to make it all again from scratch. All right, it's pretty gooey again, so hopefully we can stick everything back together. I think we got it. Super Cat's leg right now is not falling off, which is great. He can knock down buildings again. I'm gonna attach the rest of his legs and hopefully they stick. I'm gonna put them back in the freezer, solidify everything, and then we can come back and cover him in some buttercream.
To stick to Chase's original concept, Adjoa must find creative ways to destroy a city.
How does one break a building apart? This building is going to be the one underneath the paw of the Super Cat, so it's going to have to look like it was actually smashed. There we go. Now it looks like it's been damaged.
Taylor's looking to do some damage of her own with her next step.
Chase's cake is gonna be just that extra bit special if we add fire to it. Making fire is actually really simple. All I'm going to do is boil my sugar and water until it reaches 150 degrees Celsius. I'm gonna take it off the heat, quickly add in all 3 of my colors, give it a good swirl, and then spread it out onto my silicone mats here. Moment of truth. Oh yeah. That looks awesome. We now have some fire for our cake. I'm just gonna sit it over on the side, let it cool down, and then we can break it up into some cool pieces and add them into our buildings.
As Taylor's candy cools, things are starting to heat up over with Adjoa.
So I've got some yellow here that's soft, some orange, and some red. So I'm going to roll these all together, and the marble color makes it look kind of like real flames. It definitely looks like it's engulfed in flames. So, flaming building, broken building, and smash building. I think that's almost everything except for the Super Cat.
So good news, Super Cat is back to being super. My last minute quick fix of remelting down some of the marshmallows has worked. He's standing, he's good, he's on all fours, he's ready to attack and demolish some buildings. I'm just gonna quickly coat him in some buttercream, and then later we can wrap him up in some fondant. My biggest challenge with decorating Super Cat is probably going to be how intricate he is. This is going to be a lot harder than decorating the buildings just because there's so many little nooks and crannies that I'm going to have to cover with fondant.
As Taylor puts the finishing touches on her Super Cat, Adjoa's ready to decorate the base of her cake.
The plan is I'm going to cover the cake in building blocks. Chase loves building blocks and he loves color. I'm going to take this fondant and color it in a bunch of different colors, make my blocks, and then cover the cake completely.
Meanwhile, Taylor begins constructing her city.
So I've got my cars in place, I've got my tank in place. Let's add Super Cat into the mix and light some stuff on fire. I'm really happy with how this fire turned out. You can see all the colors are really swirled together like a real fire is, and I think it'll really add that extra wow factor to Chase's cake. Okay, I think I am done.
It's time for Adjoa to add the finishing touches to her Super Cat cake.
I'm pretty pleased. I think this is basically Chase's drawing. It's got all the elements that he drew. I think he'll be happy with it. I feel like I got this.
Definitely a huge challenge, but I definitely think I nailed it. I've got some really cool elements going on in my cake, and hopefully Chase thinks so too.
Wow, this is amazing!
Chase is about to see his cakes for the very first time.
What do you think?
And it's up to him to decide which cake wins. Chase and his dad, Mike, are getting ready for Chase's 9th birthday party.
Boom.
Bakers Taylor and Adjoa have each been working hard to build Chase's elaborate Super Cat cake.
I feel like I got this.
Definitely a huge challenge, but I'm really happy overall with how things have turned out.
Both bakers think they've nailed the design with their interpretation.
Super Cat's still standing, all of his legs are still intact, his head, his tail. He looks pretty good. He definitely looks like he could destroy a city.
I'm feeling pretty confident. I feel good about the cake I made. I think Chase is gonna love it. It's got all of the elements that he asked for in his drawing. It seems like it's everything he wants in a cake.
I feel pretty confident. Hopefully my competitor's cake is, I hope it's still awesome, but I just hope mine's that little bit extra awesome.
Now, the party's ready. The cakes have arrived, and it's time for Chase to decide which cake wins.
3, 2, 1, happy birthday, Chase!
Wow, this is amazing! There's 2 big Catzillas!
Godzilla! Right? Oh my goodness. What do you think?
They are both amazing. Yeah, and there's 2 different Super Cats. I like this one because of the crystal candy as fire. It's very decorative. And
Yeah.
I like this one because it has buildings knocking over. And it's just literally crazy in this one.
They have the cracked building.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Chase. I made your cake a chocolate cake with a cookies and cream buttercream. I decided to make your cat Gnocchi a giant cat in the middle of a city street with a little tank shooting at him. So I decided to have some buildings on fire. There's a couple cars that have like crashed into buildings and they're on fire.
That sounds good.
Happy birthday, Chase. I made you a cake with all of the colors are on your drawing. I made a whole bunch of building blocks, and on top of that stack of building blocks are all these little people who are defending themselves from this super cat crushing a superhero and a building. I've also got a building that's cracked over, one that's on fire, some guys over here, one's fallen off the side. There's some cowboys, there's some army guys, and there's also a tank. The cake is vanilla cake with chunks of cookie crumbs in them. In between the layers of cake is a vanilla buttercream with chunks of cookie crumbs in it. But then on the outside, there's a very thin layer of chocolate buttercream as well. So there's cookies and cream plus a little bit of chocolate.
Okay, that sounds good.
It's time for the cake connoisseur to try some samples. First, Taylor's cake.
It's really good.
Yeah, really good.
And now Ajwa's.
This is delicious, really good.
Thanks.
Delicious. Okay, Chasey, which is the cake that's going to win?
I choose that one.
Happy birthday, Chase!
I feel awesome, I won.
You guys want cake?
Yeah! I'm really happy that Chase liked my cake. He was blown away with the fire, which is awesome. The other cake was awesome as well, but mine was just that little bit better.
It's really good.
I don't think I would have done anything differently with the cake. I was really happy with the cake that I made. It had all the elements that Chase asked for, but I mean, he made up his mind.
I'm happy. I'm happy with the day. I'm happy with him. He makes me proud like every day.
Yeah, it was the best birthday I've won.
He deserves the spotlight. So, good job, Chase. I love you, buddy.
Thank you, Dad.
Aw, you're welcome, buddy.
Two top bakers are battling it out to create the ultimate dream birthday cake.
Icy icing.
Fun!
Based entirely on one little kid's big imagination.
I'm so excited about this cake.
In the end, the birthday boy will pick a winner on Best Cake Wins. James is about to celebrate his 11th birthday, and he and his mom, Joy, have some big ideas for his party.
This year, for my birthday, I want an ice hockey-themed birthday.
I really want this to be a really fun and awesome birthday for James because he's just such a great kid. I really want it to be amazing for him. I want him to have a really awesome cake and a party and the memories that hopefully will last forever.
James has his heart set on an ice hockey cake.
And not just any hockey cake, he wants like the biggest, baddest hockey cake that you've ever seen. Hey, James, how's it going?
Good.
How's your cake drawing coming?
Good, I'm done.
Really? Looks amazing.
It's a hockey cake. We have the two nets. In the middle of this net, we have the scoreboard. Here, we have the goal lights. They're supposed to light up.
You want electronics on the cake?
Yes. And here, it's gonna be me.
That's you? Number 7?
Shooting the puck in the air. The cake will have all the ice hockey colors, like blue for the blue line, red for the red line.
So is that a 3-tier cake?
Yep.
Wow, that's an amazing cake, James. It has a ton of bells and whistles. I'm sure it's not gonna be the easiest cake to create, but if it works out, I'm sure we will all be blown away.
I'm curious to see what these cakes are gonna look like.
Me too.
The challenge is create the ultimate ice hockey birthday cake. James wants a 3-tier vanilla cake with a hockey net and scoreboard and a hockey player on top. Time to meet our two competing bakers. The first is Umi, who hails from Australia but has baked all over the world.
I'm trained in classical French pastry. I worked in France for 2 years, which was amazing, and I also worked in New York under a French pastry chef. I remember when I was a kid, birthdays were really important and special, so to be a part of that now as an adult, it's almost like you're able to relive your childhood a little bit.
Jane is our second challenger, and she also loves having children as clients.
It's really exciting for me to get to bring the best part of their birthday to the party. The most challenging thing about baking and decorating for me is the time constraints. There's always a party on Saturday, so my Friday nights are up till midnight. I'm feeling really excited. I'm looking forward to seeing the drawing, and I really want to win this.
And now it's time to reveal the birthday boy's cake design.
Excited! Wow.
It's a hockey cake. I don't know too much about hockey being from Australia. Uh-oh.
It's actually quite large, this cake. 3 tiers, it looks like.
It's going to be a very tall cake. There's a player and a puck in the air.
So goal lights, too. That might be a bit of a challenge. It'd be really cool if I could make those real lights.
Don't know whether I can achieve that.
It looks like 2 nets going, too. That's going to be a cool challenge. I think I can really nail this cake.
The game is on. Time to make the best cake.
So I've got James drawing here for his hockey cake. I'm going to use it as inspiration for my own drawing so I can get a plan set out of what we're going to do today. On top, I think I'm going to do a siren, and I'd really like it for the lights to actually flash. This is going to be a hockey net where the goalie's going to sit. It's going to be inset into the cake to add more of a 3D effect. He's added a scoreboard on the bottom, so I want to make that really nice and big. I'm hoping to put a message to James in the scoreboard. What's hockey without a hockey puck? I'm going to add in a huge hockey puck to the side, like he shot a puck, and it slammed right into the cake and broke the ice. So also, we're going to add some broken ice coming out for a cool effect.
Jane's cake plan is top her 3-tiered cake with a 3D hockey net, incorporate a real working goal light, and have a life-size edible hockey puck smashing into the center. Over in her kitchen, Umi's also working out a game plan.
I have some ideas for this cake. There's not too much detail, though I would like to get this netting very close to realistic. Maybe we can work in some decorative flourishes showing ice. Maybe I can utilize my candy making skills for these lights here. And with the colors, it looks like we'll be using red and blue. This is definitely going to be a very fun project.
Umi's plan is weave edible netting for her hockey goal, cook up some candy for the goal lights, and decorate with red and blue ice hockey lines. There's no overtime in this competition, so it's time to get baking.
I'm making the batter for the cake right now. We're going to do 3 tiers today, and within each tier there are going to be 3 layers, which means 9 pieces of vanilla cake stacked on top.
Over in Jane's kitchen, her vanilla batter is ready to go.
He's got quite a large cake, so I'm going to bake a lot of cake layers. I'm going to start with a 6-inch on top, an 8 in the middle, and a 10 on the bottom. So this cake is going to be huge. This is my favorite part. I'm sprinkle obsessed, so I can't wait to add these into his cake to give this vanilla cake a little extra punch. They'll bake into the cake and add a lot of color. This is called funfetti because it's fun!
With her cakes in the oven, Umi's on to the next step.
We're making Swiss meringue buttercream. I have my egg whites here, my sugar. Now it's time to add the butter. Swiss meringue buttercream is my favorite. I'm going to be using this to layer the cakes, and I'm thinking that I might also dye it blue so that it looks more like ice or an ice skating rink.
I've got 3 10-inch cakes, 3 8-inch cakes, and 3 6-inch cakes. I'm gonna start with the first base layer, layer that with buttercream, another cake, buttercream, another cake. The cake's gonna be huge. I'm really going for height here to win this.
I'm going to add some blue. Let's hope it looks like ice. Hoping to get a color that looks like an ice rink. I think James will know, he's a big hockey fan. I have to make sure that I get it right. This is looking a little bit dark.
If you find that you've added too much food coloring, a quick fix is to add some plain buttercream to lighten the hue.
I'm going to add a small dollop of buttercream to the mixture. Hopefully this looks like ice. Icy icing. So this is the middle tier. I just want to do the top in blue for this layer. I want to leave a stark white background so that I can show some of the hockey markers. I don't mind that it's marbled. I think that it's beginning to look quite authentic.
While her cakes cool in the fridge, Jane is starting work on her hockey player cake topper.
I'm going to use Tylose to help firm up the fondant. Tylose is a chemical that helps fondant to dry faster. This way, it's going to be hard and sturdy on the cake so it won't fall off. And as I knead, it's already getting tougher and tougher. Instead of building this 3D hockey player piece by piece, I'm going to use a mold where I can just press the fondant right into the cavity and it's done. This makes my job so much easier instead of sculpting each piece by hand. Bam. And then I'm ready to pop it out. I chose to do the hockey player in white fondant so I can go back and add color details later. For now, I'm gonna let them dry.
Over in her kitchen, Umi's decided to sculpt the hockey player for the top of her cake.
So I have my fondant here. I'm going to start with his pants first. Now, I haven't done a lot of work with upright fondant models. I'm really concerned that I get this right. Usually I just use toothpicks and they're enough to hold it up. We're going to see what happens with that. I'm really hoping that they hold. I'm going to stick it into some foam. Now I'm going to create the torso of my hockey player. Also in blue, that looks like what James wants. I'm hoping that I've made the crevice large enough to have the jersey fit over the pants. This guy's getting really heavy. He's feeling a little bit wobbly. He's really starting to lean a lot. That's worrying me. He could do some serious damage to both of the layers under the very top tier where he's going to be sitting. It's a bit worrying.
As our two bakers make strides with their hockey-themed cakes,
I'm going to put in the extra effort.
all eyes will be on the birthday boy who gets to decide the winner. Joy and her son James are preparing for his 11th birthday, and his dream hockey cake will be front and center at the party. Pro bakers Jane and Umi are facing off to see who can make the best cake.
This guy's getting really heavy.
But Umi isn't confident that her hockey player cake topper will stay on his skates.
I'm a little bit worried about how much it's rocking back and forth. And then there's going to be a helmet on top as well, which is even more weight. So I'm thinking to add something a little bit more stable down the bottom before I add anything else. Something stronger than toothpicks. They're just not cutting it. I'm going to replace this toothpick for this dowel. You can see that it's much thicker, and so I'm hoping that it holds onto more weight and provides some stability for my figurine. He's already standing more upright. I'm glad that that worked out. I'm much happier with that. He's no longer wiggling back and forth. That worked a charm. Fingers crossed it works on the cake and it doesn't fall over.
Jane, meanwhile, is starting on her 3D hockey net.
I want to make sure I make it big enough, tall enough, so that the hockey player can sit inside. Okay, I've carved out my hockey net. It looks really good to me. My next step is to fill the place I've carved out with buttercream for two reasons. One, to cover up exposed cake so it doesn't dry out, and also so that the fondant has something to stick to. I can actually use the same piece of fondant that I had peeled off to fit right back in. It's the perfect size, perfect shape. Who knew? Now that this part of the net is complete, I'm gonna pipe buttercream to create the net. I'm also gonna do 2 red posts and a red crossbar to finish it off. Oh yeah. All right, hockey net complete. I'm really happy with the crossbar. It looks super good.
With her hockey player complete, Umi is working on her top-tier hockey net. And is ready to add the netting. But she's decided to weave hers from strips of white fondant.
Weaving is very delicate and tricky work, but I think it makes a world of difference, so I'm going to put in the extra effort. I think it's going to mesh well with my cake. I'm tucking in the last bits of netting here, and I hope that that looks like a 3D net with a puck airborne and going into the goal.
While Umi is trying to score big with her net, Jane is hoping to earn points with a fondant scoreboard.
So this will be the base of the scoreboard, and then I'm gonna add some numbers in bright colors, just like James had put on his drawing. I'm going to make the score 1-1, so it's 11 for James' birthday. I think adding his name will be a great thing. Every kid wants to see their name on the birthday cake. Looking at this, the scoreboard pops for me. That's a good-looking scoreboard.
So far, things have been going well for Jane, but the next step could shatter her plans. And the birthday boy's dreams.
Holy cannoli!
James has designed his dream ice hockey birthday cake.
So is that a 3-tier cake?
Yep.
Wow, that's an amazing cake, James.
And 2 professional bakers are busy bringing his vision to life.
This guy's getting really heavy. He's feeling a little bit wobbly. Fingers crossed it works on the cake and it doesn't fall over.
So goal lights, too. That might be a bit of a challenge.
Their cakes will both be judged by the birthday boy at his party tomorrow.
Holy cannoli!
Baker Jane is starting on her shattered ice effect and the covering for her goal light.
So this is my most daunting project. It's the one that makes me the most nervous for a few reasons. I'm going to use isomalt, which is a sugar substitute, and it's super dangerous when it's hot. And second, it's also really fragile, so I'm not sure that it's gonna work. Isomalt heats at 333 degrees, I believe, to melting point. Have to be really careful with my fingers. I really hope this light works. I think it's gonna be a super cool element to the cake, so wish me luck. My plan here is that I'm gonna pour out a thin layer onto the parchment. That's gonna create some ice shards. Whatever's left in this silicone dish will be the perfect shape for my goal light. So what I'm doing here is spreading this really thin to get some good ice shards. It doesn't matter the shape for this because I'm gonna end up breaking it anyway. This part I'm really nervous about. This is my unmolding of my siren that I'm gonna put on top of the cake. I've got one shot at this. I hear cracking, so that makes me extra nervous. The sides have definitely come away, which is great. It's the bottom that's gonna be my biggest challenge. Unfortunately for me, this goal light's not budging. It's really stuck to the bottom, so I think I'm going to have to resort to cutting my mold, but it'll be worth it for this cake. It's like I'm performing surgery here, and guess what? I'm not a doctor. Oh boy, it happened. It's out. Yes! Goal! That was such a relief. I can't believe it came out in one piece. I hope that this works for lighting. It's gonna be great.
Umi isn't far behind, cooking up some candy of her own.
I have some melted isomalt, and I'd like to make a hockey light right now. So I'm adding some red dye.
But unlike Jane's candy goal light, Umi's taking a simpler approach.
I have this handy jewel mold here, and I'm hoping that those facets on them are going to give me light reflection so that it looks like a hockey light. I also want to put a candle behind it so that it looks lit up, like a hockey goal light.
Having scored with her goal light, Jane's moving on to the next detail.
So I'm rolling out fondant, black fondant, to make my hockey puck. I've already made a rice cereal treat and placed it in this ring mold, which just happens to be the shape of a hockey puck, so that's easy. And I'm gonna use the same cutter to cut both sides of it. So this will cover both faces, and then I'm gonna do a long strip to cover the sides. Starting to look like a puck. Now that's a hockey puck.
It's a race to the finish, so it's time to get stacking.
The key to dropping your cake is confidence. Just let it go.
The final tier.
This is a pretty serious cake. So far, so good, and it's only gonna get bigger.
I'm going to put one of the goals over here so it looks like they're on opposing sides of the rink. Time for my hockey rink to come into play.
Now I'm ready to add some color to our goalie. So I'm gonna add some team red stripes, blue goalie pants, and this lucky number 7. I'm using edible markers. They are non-toxic.
I'm now going to unmold my jewels, which are going to be used as hockey goal lights. One's going to go here, and one of them is going to be a surprise atop the cake.
Jane puts on her finishing touches, including the goal light, complete with a flashing LED.
And for the final touch is that 3D puck shooting up into the air.
And now it's the moment of truth. He seems stable.
All right, I think we have an overtime winner here. I'm so excited about this cake.
That's it. There's a goal. Happy birthday, James.
I really think James is gonna be blown away. I mean, what 11-year-old hockey player wouldn't love this?
The birthday boy is about to see his cakes for the very first time.
These cakes are awesome. I love them both.
But whose cake will score biggest with James?
I'm gonna have to go with this cake.
Bakers Jane and Umi have both been working hard to bring James' hockey birthday cake to life.
I think we have an overtime winner here.
They're each hoping that he'll choose their creation as the best cake.
Happy birthday, James.
Now, the party's ready.
I'm excited to see the cakes.
Me too.
The cakes have arrived, and it's time for James to decide which cake wins.
I'm feeling confident about my cake right now. It's 3 tiers high, and there's a lot of detail on it.
I'm feeling really nervous today because I put a lot of work into this cake and I want it to be a winner. 3, 2, 1. Happy birthday, James!
Holy cannoli! These cakes are awesome! Whoa! You got this one, it's like the puck going in the net. The guy, it looks so realistic. I don't know what to say.
Those are amazing. It's like they took your drawing and
turned it into a cake.
Yeah.
These cakes are awesome. I love them both.
Happy birthday, James. For your birthday, I wanted to do a hockey extravaganza, and this cake has it all. First layer, we've got your hockey puck slamming into the cake and spraying out ice shards. These are all made of sugar. The hockey puck is made of rice cereal treats, so you can eat it.
That sounds yummy.
We've got your scoreboard with your name and lights, and the score is 1-1 because you're turning
11.
That's right. I actually carved out this cake and had your Brickman goalie sitting inside the net. His hockey puck made of fondant is on a wire, so it looks like someone's taking a shot at him and he's about to defend it.
That goal at the top's really cool.
And guess what?
What?
You can eat it.
Ooh, that sounds yummy.
I definitely noticed the light first. It's really impressive. James, happy birthday.
Thank you.
I'm going to start with the bottom layer.
Okay.
That blue, I've tried to manipulate it so that it looks like ice. This goal net here, I tried to weave that so that it looked really realistic. Did I do an okay job with that?
Yeah, I like it. It looks realistic.
On the second tier, I've tried to make that the markings on a hockey ring. And this is a 3D hockey net. And this hockey player here has the full cage netting as well.
Yep. I like the cage.
And there's a goal that's been scored. That can be one of your 11 birthday candles for this birthday.
Her figure was really great, the 3D. I wish I had more time to make one like that. Feeling really nervous.
The cakes both look great, but how do they taste?
Well, do you want to try your cake?
Sure.
Yeah.
It's delicious. I really like the sprinkles.
Okay. Is that a good version of vanilla cake?
So good.
And now for the moment of truth.
Okay, James, it's time to choose. Which cake do you want for your birthday?
Wow, it's such a hard decision. They're both amazing cakes. But I'm gonna have to go with this cake.
Yay! High five.
Thanks.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Goal!
Fab, nice choice.
For you, me.
High five.
I chose Jane's cake. I really liked the light on top. It was a hard decision.
Feels really good to win. I put a lot of work into that cake and I gave James exactly what he wanted.
It's his birthday. I hope that he has the cake of his dreams.
Happy birthday, James.
Woo! James! James!
The cake was delicious. It was moist and buttery and sweet and fantastic.
Yeah, it's actually really good.
Do you guys want to try this cake?
Yeah!
All right. I will never top this party.
This is the best birthday ever. I'm pretty sure my friends are enjoying the cake. I think I'm gonna be pretty popular after this party.
Two top bakers are battling it out to create the ultimate dream birthday cake.
I love making things come alive from imagination.
With cakes and baking, you get to be a part of a happy celebration.
Based entirely on one little kid's big imagination. In the end, the birthday girl will pick a winner
Happy birthday, Penelope!
on Best Cake Wins. Penelope will be celebrating her 7th birthday tomorrow, and her mom Jackie wants her to have the ultimate party.
Penelope has always enjoyed her birthday parties, so for this year, we're really excited that she's gonna have the cake of her dreams.
And Penelope's ultimate cake will incorporate 2 of her favorite things.
I like butterflies. Butterflies make me feel happy.
And
She's very musical, and she even has a pink and purple guitar. She knows what she likes. She's very particular. Hi, kiddo, what a nice cake. Can you tell me about it?
My cake has pink icing, and it has a 7 on top, and the butterfly on top is playing guitar, and it had a piano on it.
soon, 2 pro bakers will attempt to bring Penelope's dream cake to life. And she'll get to pick the winner.
I'm gonna pick the most beautifulest cake.
The challenge is create Penelope's musical butterfly cake. It must be strawberry flavored, covered with butterflies and musical notes, as well as a keyboard and Penelope's favorite guitar. Our first baker up for the challenge is Genevieve.
What I love about baking is the creativity that goes into it. That's my drive. I love a challenge, and there's a passion there. You get to excite people. You get to be a part of a happy celebration.
Our second star baker, Kristen, bakes custom cakes from her home.
My forte is birthday cakes for kids. I just love, bringing their ideas into cake form, and it's such an amazing feeling that you've really made their day and made, a special memory for them that they'll carry forever. Let's see what I have to work from today.
Time to reveal Penelope's dream birthday cake.
Oh, wow. Pink, purple, butterflies.
We've got a huge stacked tier pink cake with what looks to be like a music theme on it.
I see some piano keys across it, a guitar on the top, little music notes. So she's into music.
Looks like these may be butterflies, and looks like someone's turning 7.
I'm excited about tackling this cake. This would be a cake that my daughter would want, and I've done pink butterfly cakes before, so I think adding some glitter, some sparkle in there, some realistic butterflies, I can definitely have some fun with this.
This cake is definitely not in my wheelhouse. The whole butterfly pink thing isn't so much me, especially having 2 little boys at home. But you know what? I've got some big tricks up my sleeve. I'm gonna knock this out of the park for her.
Penelope's birthday party is tomorrow, so it's time to come up with a game plan.
I did a quick sketch of my design. I thought I'd elevate the design by making the bottom tier an actual piano with the lid raised and the top tier suspended on top of that. And adding some glitter, some sparkle in there, some realistic butterflies, I can definitely have some fun with this.
Genevieve's cake plan is make a large 2-tier vanilla strawberry cake, a pink piano for the base, and covered in pink edible butterflies. Even though she's never made a pink butterfly cake, Kristen's got a plan to wow Penelope.
I'm going to add a little bit of vanilla and some pink food coloring to my cake. I know Penelope said she loves everything pink, so I want to make it as pink as possible. All right, it's set. Time to pour it in the pans. The pink cake will be adorned with music notes, piano keys, and beautiful purple butterflies. I really want to make this guitar a focal point. I know it's really important to her. I'm going to make a guitar in the middle, but it's a giant guitar, which I think she's really going to love. And I'm going to stuff the middle of this cake with candy, so I'm going to really try to make it a birthday she won't forget.
Kristen's cake plan is put a large guitar in front of the cake rather than on top. Adorn the cake with fondant butterflies and musical notes. And fill the top tier of her pink and purple cake with candy. Genevieve is giving her vanilla buttercream a little extra by adding some strawberry preserve. And then it's on to building her cake.
So what I've done for my bottom tier, which is the piano, is I've taken some wood, cut it to the shape that my cake will eventually be, and I've attached a metal flange. Because the lid of my piano is going to be open, I need a post to hold up the top tier.
Sounds like a lot to tackle. We'll see if Genevieve can pull it off. Next, she's using a template to cut out each slab of cake. These will be layered and filled with her vanilla strawberry buttercream and fresh strawberries.
Okay, that's looking great. So now I'm gonna give this a little bit of buttercream and stick it in the fridge. A little bit more here. And my cake is ready to go in the fridge.
Over in Kristen's kitchen, she's busy building her main tier, which is made of 3 layers of cake and filled with buttercream that she's flavored with a strawberry compote. And she's also come up with a special surprise for the birthday girl.
Secret weapon, jelly beans. And even better, I found purple butterfly sprinkles. So when Penelope cuts into the cake, all the candy is gonna spill out. I think this is gonna help me pull off the win. No one's gonna expect this, that you're gonna cut into a cake and candy's gonna spill out. It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna create like a little cap to go on the top of the cake to help keep those candies in. Let's see if I can get this to fit in. There we go.
Kristen is adding a quick coating of strawberry buttercream, and now it's into the fridge to set. As the competition heats up, both bakers think they've got the edge.
I think I definitely have an advantage with this one. Knowing girls and pink and butterflies, I think I'm gonna win.
There's a lot of really amazing elements that I'm gonna be able to bring to life to hopefully knock this out of the park for Penelope's birthday.
But it's Penelope who will ultimately choose which cake wins.
Happy birthday, Penelope!
Bakers Kristen and Genevieve are competing to create the perfect cake for Penelope's 7th birthday party. It must be pink and purple, with butterflies, a piano, and Penelope's prized guitar. While Genevieve prepares some of the more delicate details of her intricate cake design, Kristen is ready to start decorating. While she admits she lacks experience in the pink butterfly department, she does have some tricks up her sleeve.
So I'm gonna try a neat marbling technique where I'm gonna use white, but I'm gonna incorporate some purple and pink and make a really neat swirled marble effect. So I have my chilled cake with buttercream, and I'm just gonna get my fondant here. And just gradually smooth the cake from the top all the way down. All right, so I have my cake all trimmed up. I'm gonna move on to my tier that's gonna go on top of this.
Once Genevieve has finished covering her upper cake in fondant, she can concentrate on one of the cake's key elements.
With the piano down here and the lid on an angle raised, I need to figure out something to fill this space here. So with it being a pink girly cake, I figured something that looks like tissue would be great to fill that space. While I've got my gum paste out, I'm also going to create the piano keys.
In her kitchen, Kristen's starting on one of her cake's main features.
Penelope drew a picture of a butterfly playing a small guitar on top of her cake, but I really want to make this guitar a focal point. So I'm going to make it large and cover the front of the cake with it. A big pink heart-covered guitar. So in just a quick couple minutes, we have a perfect shape as opposed to not using a template. I could be trying to shape and mold rice cereal treats for a half hour. Voila, I have Penelope's guitar, and I'm going to cover it in fondant and decorate.
Meanwhile, Genevieve is beginning work on her guitar.
I am going to start decorating a guitar for the topper because the guitar needs to be a certain thickness so it looks realistic, it's not too thin, and it's standing upright. I'm doing it out of a 1/4-inch foam core, and I'm going to cover the guitar in a pink modeling chocolate. The brown modeling chocolate for the neck of my guitar. And trim off the back.
I'm going to use some white and black fondant to create piano keys to surround the bottom tier. And I have a strip cutter here. All right, so I have my pattern in place. I know this is gonna look great. I'm gonna put those on the cake now. All right, so now all my keys are in place. This is a dummy tier, so it's actually just styrofoam just to add volume to the cake and make a really big wow factor. Let's stack our real cakes on top. I'm actually going to insert these straws into the top of my cake to help support the cake that I stack on top of this, because otherwise it could cave in. All right, so now I'm going to put my top tier on. And, I made a bit of an error, a little bit of a critical error. I've filled the middle of this entire cake with candy, butterflies, and jelly beans, and now it's spilling out. Typically, I put a little cardboard piece underneath that's gonna hold that up, but it must have slipped my mind. I don't know what I was thinking, but I'm gonna have to figure out how I can solve this problem, because if I lift this right now, all the candy is gonna spill out, so I have to figure out what I'm gonna do.
Kristen's exploding candy effect looks like it may blow up in her face. We'll see if she can pull it together and impress the birthday girl.
That's a pretty amazing cake, Penelope.
Thank you. My cake has pink icing.
Penelope has designed her dream birthday cake.
And it had a piano on it.
Bakers Genevieve and Kristen are facing off to see which of their creations Penelope will pick as the winning cake on her birthday.
Happy birthday, Penelope!
Genevieve is taking a creative risk with an elaborate piano and several small details, while Kristen is struggling with a major detail, her candy-filled top tier.
If I lift this right now, all the candy is gonna spill out, so I have to figure out what I'm gonna do. Maybe I'll try flipping it upside down. I think what I'm going to try to do is hold my hand, flip it upside down, and try to set it on top. And hopefully these straws are enough to support the bare bottom of this cake. Okay. Okay. And we only lost a couple candies, but I got it on. So now when you cut into this top tier, candy should cascade out. It's gonna be great.
To bring my entire design together, I'm doing a heart pattern on both the lid of the piano, which will be in the middle of my cake, and on the guitar, which will be on the top. I'm doing the decorations in modeling chocolate so I can get them a little thinner and they'll match my guitar perfectly.
So my guitar's finished. I'm really happy with the way that it's turned out. It's got lots of pink, lots of purple, hearts, but it just needs a little bit more finish.
To make her cake shine, Kristen's using edible polishing spray.
This is all looking really good. I'm pleased with the progress so far. I've got to still make some music notes and some butterflies, so we better get to work.
Kristen's hard at work on one of Penelope's main requirements.
I want to create a lot of purple butterflies. I know that that's something that was really dominant in the drawing, and I want to replicate that. I want to use a bunch of different shades, so I'm going to roll out these pieces of fondant and use my handy-dandy cutters here to create a bunch of different sizes of butterflies in different colors.
Genevieve is also onto her butterfly decorations.
I figured I'll make a statement butterfly piece for the top that goes kind of behind the guitar, so it looks like the butterfly is playing the guitar. I printed out just a generic butterfly shape, which I'll use to cut out my gum paste. I figure I'll do some airbrush work, put some glitter on it, and that way it'll really pop and have a realistic look on the top of the cake.
Genevieve's going all out to make sure her butterflies are highly detailed.
I've airbrushed inside the wings, and now I'm going to trace around all of those details with an edible ink marker. So I finished the first wing. I'm really pleased with how it worked out. I attached a skewer to the back with a strip of gum paste. My thought is I'm going to attach the two of them together with the body and then insert it into the cake. For the smaller butterflies, rather than doing the same technique as the large one, I've actually printed butterflies using edible wafer paper. The wafer paper is so delicate, any moisture or dirtiness on your hands can definitely ruin it. See what happened? I dropped the paintbrush, ruined one of my butterfly wings. But that's why I printed so many.
Ta-da! It stayed. Cool.
All right, so now I'm ready to put my final tier on top of the cake. This is actually another dummy tier that I've used that marbling technique and just put over top of a styrofoam tier. So I'm gonna put that on top just to give some extra volume. I also have my guitar that I finished, and I'm gonna put that on the front of the cake now.
This is the bottom tier, the piano. I've carved out a little bit for the piano keys here. And then I've put in what I'm calling the tissue, which will kind of fill the space between the lid and the piano. So it's time for assembly. I'm excited, and I hope building the entire cake comes together as I'm planning. Put in a dowel, which will hold up my lid. Next is the lid of the piano. So I'm gonna put it right through my pipe there. And let's see. I have a flange on the bottom of this board. So now I need to blindly, where is it? Okay, whew, heavy. It's time to have some fun and decorate. Oh, he broke. Okay, so as suspected, my butterfly fell apart. So I've got to try and get them in nice and even. Maybe add some more piping gel and get him back together. Hopefully he stays now. There we go. I'm so excited I'm done. And what 7-year-old girl is not gonna go crazy for this cake? I think she's gonna love it. I think I'm gonna win.
And how's Kristen feeling about all that pink now?
Considering how I felt about doing something with pink and butterflies, I didn't really know how it was gonna turn out, but everything turned out actually the way that I wanted it to, so I feel great.
Penelope is about to see her musical butterfly cakes for the first time. And she'll have to make a difficult decision.
Which one's your favorite?
I picked.
It's Penelope's big moment. She's making preparations for her 7th birthday party.
Everybody's gonna get a balloon.
Bakers Genevieve and Kristen have worked hard to create Penelope's musical butterfly cake. But Penelope can only pick one winner.
I'm feeling really confident. I did everything possible to make this cake exactly what Penelope wanted, so I think I'm gonna win.
I'm so excited. I've got all the butterflies, all the pink, all the purple, all those crazy elements that she loves. When they cut the cake open and all the candy spills out, my secret weapon might put it over the edge for me.
Now, the party's ready. The cakes have arrived, and it's time for Penelope to decide which cake wins.
3, 2, 1. Happy birthday, Penelope!
My guitar, butterflies, pink and purple. They're beautiful.
Happy birthday, Penelope. I hope you love your cake. I took a lot of the elements that you mentioned that you really liked and put them into this cake. The bottom tier, we've got the piano keys, and we've got lots of music notes, and then the butterflies are flying all over the front of the guitar because they're kind of plucking the strings and helping you play your magical guitar. And I have a surprise on the inside of the cake for you as well, so we'll have to see that.
What is the flavor of your cake?
It's a vanilla sponge cake with strawberries in it, and then it's a strawberry buttercream. It's got lots of strawberry flavor, and it's very, very, very pink inside.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
I wanted to tell you about mine. I thought of every little detail. So you said you wanted a 2-tier cake, right? So I have 1, 2 tiers. But you know what I did a little bit different? Is I made the bottom tier look like a piano. And then you wanted a butterfly playing your guitar with the number 7 on top, and that's exactly what I did. And I even made edible, realistic butterflies. So you can actually eat those.
Even the wings?
Even the wings. How cool is that?
I like it.
Cool. Is it everything that you wanted?
Yes.
Yes? All right.
The cakes both look impressive, but now's the time to taste a sample piece. First, Kristen's.
And wait for the pink, but there's a surprise in here too for you. Oh my gosh.
Look at that.
There's purple butterflies in there.
Is it strawberry?
Yes. Yummy!
Yeah, 2 thumbs up?
Yeah!
Then Genevieve's.
I've got a couple little butterflies that you can also eat, and I glittered it up a little bit. So let's get you a slice of this cake.
Yummy!
Penelope, it's time for you to pick which cake you want. Which one's your favorite?
I pick this one.
Oh,
All right.
High five.
All right.
Happy birthday, Penelope!
Yay, I won! I'm so excited. I think having a little girl myself definitely played a part in me knowing what to do.
Penelope, which piece do you want?
The guitar.
I think she found the guitar I did a little bit more realistic, and she loved those edible butterflies.
There's lots of jelly beans, and when you open it, ew, jelly beans come out. Jelly beans!
There are a few things I would have done differently for sure. Perhaps I would have incorporated a bit more pink. I would have done those wafer paper butterflies that I thought of doing.
This is good.
I'm happy with how the cake turned out, given, you know, time constraints and all that stuff. And yeah, I'm going home feeling good.
Jelly beans! It was hard to pick. I like the cake because I like the butterfly on top playing my guitar.
So this was a fantastic cake. Definitely the cake of her dreams. I think she'll remember it forever.